always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's Trex.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
A's fans, the 2026 season is coming fast, and single game tickets are on sale now. Be there for an exciting season packed with theme days, giveaways, and firework nights, including bobbleheads, jerseys, hats, and much more. And getting in is easier than ever. Tickets start at just $8 for select April and May games. From opening day to unforgettable summer nights, there's something for everyone at the ballpark. Get your tickets today at athletics.com/tickets and be part of the excitement this 2026 season.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
You bought an RV, and you got an automatic discount from Progressive by bundling it with your home or auto insurance. That's great, but a serious word of warning every RVer should heed. You don't need to talk about things like dry weight or dump stations. And you don't need one of those expensive water filter straws either. Because the most extreme thing most RVers encounter is a campsite without hookups. So just enjoy yourself. And Progressive's automatic discount when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey,
we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Spring is in the air, and Aleve's long-lasting pain relief is here to keep you moving. The days are longer, and the flowers are blooming. Whether it's gardening, yard work, or just spending more time outdoors, spring has a way of getting us moving despite any body pain. That's where Aleve can keep you going. With just one dose, Aleve gives you long-lasting body pain relief for up to 12 hours. From sunup to sundown, Aleve's got your back. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson. Online at SactownSports.com or on the app. Kings, Niners, and Sacramento. The Matt and Kayla Show starts now.
Happy almost Easter to everybody out there. The final show before Easter weekend. Kayla, do you have like a power rankings of holidays, and where does Easter fall in like that power rankings?
Yeah, they change throughout the years as you get older and you're not like a kid anymore.
Sure.
And you don't wake up and get fun little things. Obviously, it changes a little bit. But Easter's always a good family holiday. When I was little, it was always a thing where every Sunday, Easter Sunday, we'd get up. My mom would dress me up in like a really cute little outfit, do my little hairs in the pink curlers, you know, and we'd do church, and then we'd go for like a brunch, and then we'd have our Easter egg hunt. Mm-hmm. And so I always remember that fondly growing up, all of those years doing that. Now, I don't have kids, but this is the first year I'll be around my nephews for Easter. And so we're going to my sister-in-law's house.
Yep.
And we'll do the Easter egg hunt and do the dinner. So I'm excited. It's almost like I'm going back in time to my childhood a little.
What's your number one holiday?
My number one holiday is Christmas.
Christmas.
Just nothing beats that time of year. And just even if you're not in an area or a place that has snow, because I grew up with snow on Christmas, like Eastern Washington, we got snow. So it just felt right. But even if you don't have snow, I've just appreciated that time of year. Everything seems to just kind of wind down and everybody takes a pause for that week and a half. And I just love being around family and stuff and making dinner and everything. So
See, Christmas is my favorite too, but I've never had a snowy Christmas. Never
in your life.
Nope.
No way.
I've had more like sunshine, play outside, like in the sun with
Type
your
of
new
Christmas.
Christmas toys and bikes and stuff than I have. I've never experienced a snow day on Christmas. I've also
That's
never
wild.
traveled on Christmas, which I'm very thankful for.
Yeah, it's I have a couple times and it's not fun.
Traveling on Christmas sounds like an absolute nightmare.
Mhm.
We traveled the day before Thanksgiving this past year, thinking like that would be bad because we went to Disneyland. My family and I went to Disneyland Thanksgiving week and then came back on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving Thursday, thinking, oh, it's going to be a nightmare.
It wasn't?
There was nobody.
And this was the day before
The day
Thanksgiving?
before Thanksgiving,
Oh,
there was nobody.
I would think it would be crazy.
I was stunned. I was thinking like we
Wow.
got to the airport like 3 hours early in LA. I'm like, yeah, we're cooked. It's going to be terrible.
I would have thought, because I've heard people that actually travel on the day of like Thanksgiving or on the day of Christmas, and that actually is not as bad as you think. It's usually the 2 days, 3 days prior.
What's the point of that, though? If you're traveling to see someone for Christmas, but you're traveling on Christmas, you're missing Christmas because you're traveling on Christmas.
I think it just depends on how soon you get there.
Huh.
And some people just don't have the choice, right? Some people just have to travel on that day. But regardless, you're bringing up traveling, and it gives me anxiety.
Yeah?
Because,
you don't like to travel?
No, I used to really love it. But I've traveled for so long, for so far, living mostly on that side of the country.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm finally on this side of the country and I still have anxiety, but then I realize, oh, I'm going to visit my friends here soon. It's only an hour flight to LA. Like, I'm like, what am I talking about? I don't have anxiety anymore. This is easy.
I love to fly. There's only one flight that I've ever had. Well, kind of two flights, but one flight that I've ever had that I was just like, this sucks. This is miserable.
Mm-hmm.
And it had nothing to do with what the airline or what the flight was or anything. It was when the Kings Beam Team 2 went to New Orleans for the play-in tournament against the Pelicans. There, at the time, and I still think to this day, there are no direct flights from Sacramento to New Orleans. They don't exist.
Nope.
So we had to fly into Atlanta and then fly from Atlanta to New Orleans.
Oh,
that was to
Atlanta?
get down there. That was fine. It was whatever.
That airport's crazy, though.
Flying, yeah, you had to take a train. I felt like it was an underground subway. I had no idea where I was. Thankfully,
It's wild.
I was with my partner, Kevin John, and he lived in Atlanta for a time.
So he knew.
He knew everything. I was just like, I'm just going to follow him. I have no idea what I'm doing. The flight home, when we found out about the flights home, I literally crashed out because we had to book them last second because I didn't know if the Kings had won that game, then we would have gone to Oklahoma City.
Don't you not miss that part of like the job, like booking things last second?
Yes and no.
I miss the traveling, but not the booking.
Yeah, the booking stuff was not always the most fun in the world, that's for sure. But we had to book flights last second, and the flights that we picked ended up actually being the good flights. Most people that went to New Orleans flew back and went through Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Except there were lightning storms in Dallas during this time. So a lot of people,
Weird.
I think Jason Ross, Deuce Mason, a lot of people got like stuck in Dallas for a day because they couldn't fly.
Way.
So they got stuck in Dallas. Our flight, we went from, when we saw, you can ask Kevin John. This is the only time Kevin and John. This is the only time Kevin John and I ever got in a fight, ever. Was because I was first off, the Kings had just been eliminated by the Pelicans, who they lost to 6 times, so I'm already pissed off. I'm in a bad mood.
Yeah.
They tell me what our flight is the next day, and I literally crashed out, and Kevin was like, you're being a freaking diva, and I 100% was.
Well, it's about that time towards the end of the season.
We flew from Atlanta to Washington, D.C.,
Oof.
and then took a direct flight from Washington, D.C. to Sacramento.
Interesting.
We went further east to go west. We flew like 2 hours to then fly like 6 or 7 hours.
I've done that
all
before,
in
too.
one day.
Well, at least you made it home before the others.
We did, shockingly, make it home before the others. But I was fuming that entire day.
Well, you're probably tired.
Oh, I was very tired. Very
You know
cranky.
how covering playoffs or any type of a series is.
Kings
it's
lost
exhausting.
to the Pelicans 6 times in the same damn season. I was ticked.
Did you like New Orleans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was my only time I've ever been to New Orleans.
Okay.
We didn't get to do Bourbon Street or anything like that, but we did get to go to a really, a famous barbecue place there. Oh, it was so good.
Yeah. They've got all the food.
We stayed right by. It was cool to see the Superdome. I didn't get to go inside it because Smoothie King Center is like tucked in the shadow of the Superdome. Smoothie King Center is.
It's old. Superdome's old though.
I was just disappointed that I never got a smoothie at Smoothie King Center.
Look at that.
Did have to see that freaky baby though.
Ooh, Baby King.
But anyway, yeah, that was the only flight that I didn't like. But other than that, I love to fly. I love to fly because flying. I've always incorporated flying with
R. Kelly?
with like what? What?
I was just
I
thinking.
mean, I get it, but
I believe I can fly.
Gotta be careful with that.
I don't think I should. I don't know if we should be doing that. No,
I mean,
do
it's
not.
a song.
It is a song.
Nothing wrong with the song.
A song we don't sing anymore.
Cancel Space Jam. No, I enjoy flying because it's always been synonymous with like vacation and not work necessarily.
True.
Like, the flights to Hawaii are surprisingly like
I've never
way
been.
longer than you think. And I personally I don't get spooked at all in the air, which is weird. Like I thought I would have problems. I don't get spooked at all. But when you look out the window and all you see is ocean when you're flying, it's a little spooky.
That's a good point.
It's a little bit spooky.
Yep.
And then you have to take these tiny little island hopper planes to go to different islands, and they're just tiny little things. Those are kind of
I don't like the tiny ones.
You don't like the tiny flights?
The tiny flights, yeah.
Tiny airplanes?
Yeah, when you can actually hear everything that you feel like you're just going.
When you can have a conversation with the pilot. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, good job.
Living in Spokane for part of my life, obviously. Well, no, I haven't lived in there for part of my life. But anyway, a lot of flights that went out of there that went to just Seattle because there's no direct flights out of Spokane either. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of them, at least. We'd take a small plane over to Seattle, and I hated those things.
Really?
Ugh. Yeah, not fun.
My wife's favorite holiday is Easter. She loves Easter. She was a softball player, so she loves springtime in general, although allergies kick her butt every year. It's like, why do you enjoy this time of year? You're miserable. But that's she
all of us right now.
She loves Easter. And her family, they have super, super competitive Easter egg hunts. But this year we're finally on even playing ground because her family lived in the same house her entire life in Manteca. And they had a big property, and they always invited a bunch of family over, and we would do a big Easter egg hunt. And they knew where all the scavenger hunt clues and everything's were because they lived there their entire life. Me as the married-in kid, I'd have to figure out where the hell am I supposed to go. So it was unfair. This is the first year they just moved. They're in a new house. So it's even playing field.
Ground.
I'm going to smoke them.
Woo! Is there money involved?
First prize gets lottery tickets.
Ooh, okay.
I think, or whoever finishes first gets lottery tickets. But we all have to work for our Easter egg baskets in that family.
Well,
but it's okay.
You got it.
It's gotten violent before. It has definitely. There's been tackling. There's been.
If
doors.
I was involved, it would be.
Yeah, you scratching.
Yeah.
Throwing
a chair or so.
Wow.
Hey, Bobby Knight, rest in peace.
It's like that.
Yeah. Look again. When I was young.
Game's the game.
And my brother was, being a nuisance, and there was something next to me that I could pick up and throw.
Older brother?
No, my brother's 5 years younger.
You threw things at your younger brother?
Correct.
Oh, all right. No questions here. No questions here. Welcome into Matt and Kayla on this Friday before Easter. Hope everybody has a wonderful Easter planned. I'm decked out in green because it's A's home opener night tonight, baby.
I know. I'm excited.
Sutter Health Park, A's versus the Houston Astros. I'm very excited about this game. Hopefully the first game at Sutter Health Park for the A's this season will go a lot better than last season when they gave up, I think, 14 runs to the Chicago Cubs.
I remember you telling me that was the opener.
They gave up a cycle to the Cubs catcher, who I'm blanking on his name right now in that first game. Luis Severino got peppered. Well,
and then did he start complaining about the mound?
He'd been complaining about the mound since the beginning of time. Since before he played in Sacramento, he was complaining about the mound. but
Oh,
it
goodness.
is what it is. So I'm looking forward to being
That'll
at
be
Sutter
fun.
Health Park tonight. I will not be inside the Golden One Center for the Kings and New Orleans Pelicans, although, of course, we will talk about that game at length today, preview that game for you, give you the injury report and everything. Tons to get to on today's show. Coming up at 11 o'clock, Dan Moore is a baseball writer for ESPN and The Ringer. He actually interviewed me a year ago, or just used me as commentary in an article that he wrote about the A's in Sacramento.
Okay.
He is from Oakland. He is actively writing a book right now about the history of Oakland sports and the abandonment of Oakland by professional sports teams. Now, I don't know how opinionated it is versus how much he's going to dive into Oakland's part in everything. I have no idea. But Dan is going to join us because we're going to talk about the optics of everything a year later, right? Opening day in Oakland is obviously not a celebration as much as it is in Sacramento and around the baseball world. How do Oakland fans feel now a year later? What are the optics of baseball in Sacramento, not just in Oakland, but around the MLB? Is it going to be a low-hanging fruit again this year as much as it was last year? And what are the optics of the A's spending money now? And how do people feel about that? We'll talk about that with Dan Moore. Looking forward to that at 11 o'clock. And then we're keeping the Bay Area versus Sacramento rivalry, I suppose, going.
We are what, on a little tear today in terms of
we're just picking
the
fights.
Boxing gloves.
We're picking fights.
I like it.
We're picking fights on this Friday.
Like it.
Which franchise would you rather be in control of right now if you had to take over, given the circumstances that they are both in on this current day? The Sacramento Kings or the Golden State Warriors? We'll talk about that at noon during lunch break. But to start out on a good note with our friends in the Bay Area, look at the San Francisco Giants beating the New York Mets last night 7-2. And Roseville native, one of our own, Giants rookie catcher Daniel Susac went 3 for 3 in his MLB debut last night. Also had a walk in his in one of his 4 at-bats.
I think it was his start because he made his debut the day before.
Oh, was it for
but
his
it was
first
his
start?
first start.
Sorry,
Yes.
I got that wrong.
No, I just wanted to make sure he had played, but it wasn't a start.
His first start,
Yes.
he went 3 for 3. And of course, his first hit, he got the ball. That's like that's like a thing in baseball. When you get your first hit or a milestone, you get that baseball. And what I like about kind of the tradition of baseball is how other teams acknowledge that too. Yeah. As soon as they saw him get his first hit, you saw Mets players get this ball in, get it to him.
That's cool.
And then there was a moment after the game, which I'm sure this has happened before, but I've never actually seen it before. Susac is a catcher.
Yeah.
So the Giants win. They get the final out. And the umpire taps Susac on the shoulder and hands him the lineup card.
The lineup card, yeah.
Which is really cool.
Really
I've never
neat.
seen anything like that. But that's one of the traditions of baseball. I know baseball has to change and can kind of be in their own way in terms of, bah humbug, the old way, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But that's a tradition of baseball that I really, really like is mementos and building trophy cases in baseball is so important. On a much smaller scale, my wife played softball her entire life, and her parents have basically a Hall of Fame in their house of baseball or softballs, her first home run, her first college hit, just when she won a high school playoff game, whatever. They have all these things. I love that about baseball. And Susac got some mementos from last night's game.
It was really cool, too, afterward. He handed him the lineups, too. And what I really loved about that moment as well is if you saw who closed out the game, Blake Tidwell, he pitched for Tony Vitello in Tennessee. And it was cool. He's very, very young. And he he made his debut last night.
Oh,
and earned his first career save. So you had Tidwell, who's one of Tony's guys, and then you had Susac, who is in his first career start. And the two came together to close out that game. And I thought that was a really, really cool moment. And it almost made me think of the future of the Giants a little, just knowing these are two younger players. And that was cool to think about. And then I don't know if you saw the post-game interview, but they brought the Gatorade thing, and Kylan got completely doused in terms of her, but then her laptop, there's a slow-mo of it, and her laptop just flattens when they pour the ice Gatorade. I mean, flattens.
They're buying her a new one.
And I was like, that's also why you don't do post-game
It's like a rite of passage, though.
On the, I'm
Although,
so used to them at a desk, though, afterwards. It was, like, interesting to have them there with their computer.
I've thought about this. If that happens to you as a reporter,
yeah,
not because as a player, you just take your jersey off, take a shower, change it, whatever.
Right.
That happens to you as a reporter. You driving home drenched in Gatorade, are you, like, what do you do? You don't have I don't think Kylan has a spare pair of clothes.
Yep.
Like, I'd be more annoyed about that than the laptop. Although, again, I'm not annoyed in the moment. Like, I'm part of something, and that's kind of cool. Like, you're getting drenched. It is what it is. Like, it's the closest thing you're ever going to get to a Gatorade bath.
It's sticky.
I can imagine, but
yeah.
Did Kylan drive home?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm sure,
no.
because I remember she asked at the very end, they were like, they handed him some towels, but they had to do their whole post game there. By the way, it was like 40-something degrees at that time, because now you got the lake effect coming off, and sun's obviously been down for hours. But yeah, I was like, oh, man. And I think that's like one of her first shows. Like, she just got here. To take over.
She's been in the Bay, but she just took over the Giants job.
Yeah, she's like back full time for NBC Sports, because she worked for what, Chiron or Crone or something.
I don't remember, but she used to be one of the hosts of Locked On Warriors.
Oh, okay.
And her husband now hosts Locked On Warriors.
Oh, you're kidding?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what
a small world.
Became friends with them. Although Kylan and I went back and forth during the Kings Warriors series. Oh, man. She and I went back and forth with the Draymond stomp specifically, because at that time it was Sacramento versus the Bay, and we did not like each other very much. Boy, those days.
That's
man.
funny.
Get me back to those
really
days.
Funny.
That was so much fun. Warrior fans, in all seriousness, there were some Warriors fans that are psychos, just like there are Kings fans that are psychos.
Yeah.
That was incredibly fun. I remember the year after the Beam Team 2 year, the Kings played the Warriors early in that season, and I was walking up to the media seating, because you sit kind of in the crowd but in the corner in the Chase Center, and a Warriors fan, like, locks eyes with me because I'm walking up, and he locks eyes with me, and he squints because he recognized me, and then he just immediately, pow, there's the bird right at me.
No way.
And I start smiling. He starts smiling. It was
that's pretty good.
I really had a good time. But Kylan and I, we went back and forth during that time, particularly with that Draymond Green stuff.
Oh yeah, well I
was like, get Draymond out the league. I was ready to fight him.
Now we're like, Draymond's okay for entertainment purposes.
I like Draymond
off the court.
I like Draymond as a villain, but boy, was he a
Exactly.
big villain in that moment, stomping on Domantas Sabonis. But also, like, shout out to the Giants, because they got off to a really bad start, right? 0 of 3, or swept in that first series. They scored, one total run in that series? They've won 3 of their last 4 games. They have 20 runs in those 4 games, so averaging 5 runs a game during that stretch. 39 hits. They had 13 hits last night. They had 16 hits in San Diego a handful of games ago. So there was that panic early.
Sure.
I know it's a long season. Tony Vitello already dealt with a little bit of the heat, right? Now the Warriors. Now the Giants have responded well, at least over the last handful of games. There's still a lot of season left. They're, as of right now, tied for second in the division. It's freaking March, early April. Who cares? But the point is, they've responded well, which is, I think, you see an exhale from Giants fans a little bit, because there was certainly a
100%
fear after that Yankees series.
An exhale from Giants fans, probably a little bit of an exhale for Vitello, who is, new to all of this, and knows that his face is being plastered everywhere in terms of like, hey, this is the new guy that's supposed to change the organization back to, being relevant again. And credit last night in specifically Susac, we mentioned he went 3 for 3, but also Schmidt, the bottom part of the lineup really did well, and added to their success last night. And obviously some other guys, Chapman had a couple of hits. So yeah, I thought that, like I said, momentum, they've got some momentum going here, and it's nice to see because they're at home right now. So
you know who's really impressed me so far with the Giants is Harrison Bader.
Yeah.
In center field.
Yep.
Last night he robbed Bo Bichette of a home run.
That's right.
Bo Bichette would have finally earned the affections of New York Mets fans, and Harrison Bader said, nope.
He said, not yet.
You're gonna keep getting booed.
Yeah, sorry, Bo.
But he had a big homer in San Diego. He's not the numbers aren't phenomenal.
Yeah.
I've just been impressed by him in center field. I like the energy that it brings.
Too.
I like the speed. He's got a little pop to him, and he made that big defensive play last night. So he's been very good for the Giants early on.
Yeah, he has. And he's one of those players, too, that, I don't know. He exudes a different type of energy. Maybe it's his look, whatever.
The
but
headbands?
It's
Have you seen the colorful headbands?
It reminds me of like how Harper does his thing, and it's always just kind of fun to have.
It's the hair.
The different personalities on the team.
Baseball
like that.
hair is different.
It
man.
is.
When
it
it
definitely
flows,
is.
those slow motion replays when the hair's flowing.
Yeah, and it's just like the flow. It's just like flopping as you run. So
one of the best things about baseball too is when the guys who are running hard lose their helmet.
Oh, I love that.
That's like an aura moment.
Yeah.
If you're running so hard that your helmet comes off and you just keep on going.
Exactly.
Aura.
That's what we want.
That's what we want.
Well, I mean, it's not what we don't want them to get hurt, but we want to know that they are literally like doing whatever they can in terms of effort. So
this is a random thing. You see a lot of the, what are they called? The sliding gloves in baseball now that they protect the hands now? Am I the only one that thinks those look stupid? I get why they have them to protect your hands and protect digits specifically, because we've seen people break fingers from like clipping them on bags and things like that. But they look dumb.
So
You're running with oven mitts on.
And I get it, but what I brought up when I was covering college baseball at Vanderbilt in Nashville is Enrique Bradfield Jr. would always wear that, and he plays for the Orioles organization right now. He's a heck of a player. And I'd always wonder, like, also, doesn't it give him a slight advantage? Because those gloves have just even a little bit of length on them. And when you're stealing bases, it's something that I thought about right away when I was doing sideline, because I would always be up close, in the dugout. I would see these plays so much closer. And even like, how some of these calls can be just within an inch or a half an inch. And I always wonder with those gloves.
Oh, yeah.
Can you get a little bit more?
That's for sure a thing.
Of a call.
That's for sure a
I
thing.
think so too.
They're a little pointy at the end, so you can just clip the bag with that.
Yep. So
I'm gonna steal bases with a foam finger. And just have the foam finger touching the bag. I'm safe.
Nobody will know.
No one will know. That's my finger.
Exactly.
Blue. What are you talking about? It's protecting my hands. That's my actual finger. I'm on the bag.
This is my handguard. What are you talking about? It just happens to look like a fan finger foam thing.
Never mind that my slide didn't make it to the base, but the finger did.
By the way, I always loved sliding when I played softball. If I didn't come out of a game dirty, I was just not having it.
Did you head first slide?
No, we slid.
You're always on the thigh.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But now so many fields and stuff are turf. That looks terrifying.
Yep.
I don't know if I ever headfirst slid, but I always have wanted to try like a headfirst hook slide. Like the hook slides that they do to avoid the tag, or a swim slide. Oh, those look cool.
There's an art to that.
There is definitely an art to it. We'll take the break. When we come back, everybody's biggest fear, or at least one of our biggest fears as just working adults, happened to a Kansas City Royals catcher yesterday. We'll talk about this fun, relatable, not so fun for him, story that happened in Major League Baseball. Plus, we got Q&K coming up on a Friday. We're excited. Happy to be with you here. It's Matt and Kayla just getting started on Sactown Sports.
Tonight, Kings and Pelicans. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner.
Starts at 5:30 with tip-off at 7. Listen to your Sacramento Kings.
On the official home of Kings basketball, Sactown Sports 1140.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to CarShield.com. That's CarShield.com today.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Granger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Sacramento! Now you've got a place for all things dance.
The all-new Energy 100.5 HD2.
Where dance music lives. Dance vibes anytime and any place when you get the free Now 100.5 app.
Or listen at 100.5 HD2.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown 411 16th Street and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolades. Rolades' dual active formula has calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. Yeah, you heard right. 2 actives for that powerful relief. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolade spells powerful relief. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Your Toyota's been through a lot with you. Traffic, rain, potholes, you name it. But it keeps showing up, mile after mile. So maybe it's time to give a little back. For a limited time at your local Toyota dealer, get 3 new tires and get the 4th for $1. Because a ride that's always there for you deserves to be taken care of. 3 tires, get the 4th for $1? Go on. Treat your Toyota. Deal ends April 30th. Keep your Toyota a Toyota. Restrictions apply. Toyota and Scion vehicles only. See participating Toyota dealers for details.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
The YouTube comment section is having a fun time with the idea that, hey, maybe you would have long fingernails to help you with sliding, so you just touch the base before the tag, just every little advantage you could get. Apparently that's a thing in water polo. People will I
do well in that then.
People will have longer nails because what happens under the water in water polo is it can get a little scrappy.
I missed my calling then.
Water polo?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to play water polo or
Yeah, I'm not. To tell you the truth, I hate treading water, so I would never be able to do that part of it.
I was put in just because my mom wanted to torture me, I guess, in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
During the summer, just to get me out of the house, she put me in a water polo camp.
What?
Just for it's just to play and learn how to play water polo, and then you got to free swim afterwards. It was at our local. It was at the.
Did you love to swim?
I enjoyed swimming for fun. I didn't.
Not when it meant to get to work.
Do you know what an egg beater is? Not the actual. Do you know what the egg beater is in water polo? Where you have to move your legs super fast to get yourself out of the water to be able to throw. These water polo athletes are beasts.
I agree.
These men and women that play water polo are beasts.
It's a hard
because
sport.
One of the drills we had to do was you just egg beater and keep the ball above the water.
Mm-hmm.
And by Wednesday, I was cooked. I was so sore.
Your legs probably felt like they were falling off.
Yeah, and you get free swim afterwards, but nobody could freaking swim anymore.
Right.
So everyone's just let me just limp over to the water slide, go down at once, and then beg the lifeguard to get me out.
Or float on your back.
It's just,
honestly, that's the easiest thing to ever do is just pop on your back and just lay there.
But apparently water polo gets nasty. Water polo under the water.
I didn't know that about the nail thing.
Yeah, there's some scratching.
Woo-wee.
Scratching and clawing under there. You never know. Everybody's biggest fear, or one of everybody's biggest fears, happened to a Kansas City Royals catcher yesterday. I think I said this on yesterday's show. When someone asks me, what's it like covering professional athletes, one of my favorite things to tell them is they're just human beings.
Yeah.
And things happen to them just like things happen to us in our normal life.
Oh, no, I know.
This is something that has happened to me many times, especially when I worked in mornings, working on the morning show at this station with Dave, Carmichael Dave, years ago, working in morning news.
Mm-hmm.
When you oversleep, you wake up and it's light outside, and it should not be. You sleep through your alarm, right? This happened to Kansas City Royals catcher Carter Jensen yesterday.
Oh, no.
He was supposed to start at catcher for Kansas City against the Minnesota Twins yesterday, but he didn't wake up to his alarm.
Oh, no.
Now, he showed up to the game before the game started, thankfully.
Do we know how, far ahead?
All it says is Jensen eventually arrived, but not early enough to prepare adequately to start the game. He did end up coming in as Kansas City's catcher in the 9th inning, which is almost worse. He got scratched, and Salvador Perez, who was supposed to be the DH that day, ended up catching for Kansas City. So I'm sure Salvador's knees are very thankful.
Wasn't very
sure
happy.
He's
probably.
pissed. Everybody, for the most part, it sounds like everybody's treating this like it's a mistake. It's fine. You're good. Vinny Pasquantino, Royals first baseman, said he's like, I'm just glad Carter's okay. The initial thought is we're there and he's not here, and we're like, is he okay?
Did he have a night of going out?
I don't think so.
Okay, because I know baseball players.
And Jensen,
baseball players like to go out.
Jensen's, by the way, a rookie. So it's a 22-year-old rookie that oversleeps before a start early in the season. I can't imagine that moment when you wake up and you realize, oh my God, and you just feel like you're the worst person on the planet and everybody hates you. You're late. You're going to walk into everybody looking at you, and then they're going to fire you on the spot. I can't even imagine how a rookie MLB player is feeling, waking up late and knowing I'm supposed to start today. I'm about to walk into the clubhouse late, and my manager is I'm going to be sent down to AA.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine the fear for Jensen Carter.
That's always the thing, too, for baseball. It's because it's such, for some players, not all, but for some players, it's such a climb to get that call up. And you go through, years of riding on buses and, just going paycheck to paycheck. I've seen what those minor league players make. It's insane. It's insane. And so once you get that call up, and now you're making some more money and you're flying, on a nice plane instead of going on buses, and maybe got a nice little pad. But then you have a reality wake up moment of oh, shoot. My alarm didn't go off. And the first thing that would go through my mind definitely would be I'm getting sent down.
Yep.
But I'm sure the veterans, I'm sure some of the clubhouse gave him a hard time.
Oh, of course.
You know how baseball guys are. They probably,
Hey, good morning.
just did a little bit of, put the screw in there a little bit deeper.
Sleepyhead. Oh,
yeah.
I'm sure he got a ton of
so
that.
maybe he's carrying bags or something on the next trip. I don't know.
Well, so, and again, we've all experienced this. It's not, no one's when it's the first time, nobody's mad at you, but it's almost worse. It's just I would rather just someone scream at me. So Pasquantino continues. He said, there are some things that cannot happen, and that's one of them. So he's going to have to wear it on the chin, same way anyone would have to. It can't happen. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. But it's one of those things that you just can't afford mistakes like that in this game. He's just got to move forward the best that he can. I know he feels really bad. That's the terror part of this too, is you just used your saving grace. If this happens again, you are getting sent down. You're going to be in huge trouble now if this ever happens again. And
Set 5 alarms.
I've made, this has happened to me as a repeat offender many times. Many times. When working in news, we had to be at the station at 3 o'clock in the morning. This would happen a lot.
I know.
You can ask Carmichael Day when he gets back the amount of times that it happened the first year of the morning show. Not you could count it on one hand, but still more than once is enough.
Yeah.
And you develop I don't trust my cell phone anymore.
No.
I remember one night the power went out in our house. And I was so afraid of my phone somehow magically dying, I actually slept in the control room. I drove in the middle of the night and I slept in the control room until it was time to wake up. I don't know if the company ever knew that, but I did that out of pure fear. So
that's crazy. I don't usually ever sleep in or sleep past my alarm, or nothing usually ever happens. And then I have an immediate thing that I wake up at the same time every day.
Oh, your body wakes you up?
Yes, but I've always been a morning person. So that's never bothered me.
Not me.
when I was in Nashville and I did the morning show, we had a producer that loved him, like great guy, funny guy, but he was just not a morning guy. And when he got this gig, he kept on like showing up late. It would at least be a couple times a month, and it would always be like frantic and everything. And at some point, he eventually moved to the different show because I think he just was like, I can't do it.
Yep.
And I didn't really blame him ever because I was like, he just can't do it. Like he sets these alarms and he sleeps through them, and it was just it was almost comical.
I'm not a morning person either at all. I am absolutely a night owl. If I have the opportunity to sleep, I will take every single minute.
I get it.
I will ride that snooze alarm until the end of the earth.
I will ride that snooze alarm like
And I am
Seabiscuit.
I am REM sleep. Like when I'm out,
That's wild.
out.
I wish I could be REM sleep.
It's but I don't nap well. Like I can't take like a 20-minute nap.
I don't
can't
do
do
naps.
it. If I go down, I'm down for a couple hours.
Yeah, naps are ugh.
So,
Ugh.
which is when you parent, that ain't happening.
Yeah, nope,
That
not
ain't
not going to happen. That's learn from your mistake, young man. Learn from your mistake.
I am now so much more of a Carter Jensen fan. I had no idea who this young man was.
He's
I'm
just
now
gonna
a fan
follow
of
his career.
He's going to hit a home run, and I'm going to be like, hell yeah. And oh my God. If fans started bringing pillows and blankets
They
to games,
should.
I would love that. Get this man
Or
sponsored.
alarm clocks.
Ooh.
They could do something like in the dugout. They could like do like the alarm clock every time he hits a home run or something. That'd be really funny.
Well, you know when as a rookie, when you get your first home run,
Yeah.
how everybody shames you or like
Yes.
doesn't pay any attention to you and then celebrates. And
Yes.
like, that I don't know if Carter Jensen has ever hit a home run before. I have no idea. Because rookies in baseball are weird because you could play like half a season after you get called up and then
go back down.
like that what happened to Jacob Wilson
Mhm.
last season was Jacob Wilson's rookie year. But Jacob Wilson, I believe, had been called up for a little bit of time the
Correct.
year before in Oakland.
You have to like play a certain amount of games, I think, or something.
Something like that. So maybe Carter Jensen's already had his first
Yeah.
home run moment. I have no idea.
That's so
but
funny.
if he hasn't yet, when he has that moment, he needs to walk into the dugout and everybody's sleeping.
Yes!
It would be so good.
That would be awesome. That'd be like the gif we saw with his kid last night. Like just the gift that never dies.
Oh, I love it.
That'd be awesome.
I would love it. My favorite is when the rookies play to it. They just start high-fiving in the air. Like, yeah, hey, huh, and then they get mobbed.
Baseball's the best.
Some traditions in baseball are amazing. Know what else is fun? Q&K with Kayla Anderson every single Monday and Friday. Kayla brings a question. We have no idea what it is. What are we in store for? Only Kayla knows. That's the fun part. Q&K with Kayla Anderson is up next on Matt and Kayla, Sactown Sports.
Tonight, Kings and Pelicans. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner.
Starts at 5:30 with tip-off at 7. Listen to your Sacramento Kings.
On the official home of Kings basketball, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Granger. Granger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Planet Fitness has everything you need to power your progress, so you can give everything you've got, all for just 1 cent down. Whether you want to get the most out of our best-in-class equipment or go all in with free fitness training, our trainers are ready to help you get stronger than ever before. Take your workout to the next level at Planet Fitness. Join the club today for 1 cent down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, April 10th. You ready? Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See Club for details.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda. Yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
There are many reasons to choose Gonzalez Law Offices as a dedicated trial lawyer with an undefeated record from 2016 through 2019, and you'll know that no case is too big or too small. Due to his success, hard work, and commitment to excellence, attorney Jonathan Gonzalez has been listed in Super Lawyers Rising Stars, as well as in the top 40 under 40 list by national trial lawyers. You can find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call him at 916-304-9187.
Country in the Park is back. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo. Miranda Lambert. John Party. Chris Young. Turnpike Troubadours. Dylan Scott and more. Line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bulls, huge festival area, and food trucks. Tickets start at only $68. Country in the Park. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo with N&S Tractor and Case Construction and Courtyard by Marriott Sacramento Cal Expo. More info at CITVFest.com.
Russell Peters Relax World Tour.
I go, my parents are from India. She goes, oh, India. See, I knew India. Indian people, you have a big eyes and long eyelash like a cow. Wow, 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 wow.
Saturday, April 18th, 8 p.m., the venue at Thunder Valley.
Wow, 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 wow. I didn't know what to do. I just tipped her and thank you, bye-bye, and I left.
For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Russell Peters Relax World Tour.
It's time for Q&K. Kayla's got questions. We've got answers. It's Q&K on Matt and Kayla.
Kayla, what you got for us? It's Q&K with Candace.
What you got? What you got?
Is that your remix?
I don't know. Maybe that's my new intro.
Did you have like...
Kayla, what you got?
I shared that when I worked with Kevin John at ABC 10, that Kevin John's lived like 97 different lives, and he just has, like,
Yeah.
he was on reality TV. I'm starting to learn you're one of those people,
I'm definitely one of those people. I've lived about 99 lives.
You just draw during celebrity birthdays. Oh, yeah, when I was working out in Hollywood as an intern, I saw Robert Downey Jr. Like, okay, that's a completely normal thing that happens to people.
Yeah, right? Just random things that come to my head in terms of my, years path to this point. And now I'll build more memories here in Sacramento.
Well, I hope this is even remotely as exciting as the rest of your life has been. What's going on in Q&K today?
This is an interesting one because I knew it would drum up opinion. So there's really no correct answer to this, and it's polarizing because of who I'm talking about. So last night was not a good night for LA, and it was not a good night for Luka Doncic. It was a really bad night for the Lakers.
Yeah.
They went to Oklahoma City. Now look, the Lakers have been playing well. Everybody kind of knows their role, including LeBron James, by the way, who is in hot water of his comments made about Memphis. That can be something we talk about at a different point.
The city of Memphis is mad at him?
Oh, you should see my timeline.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it is crazy over there.
Oh, boy.
So Luka went down in the third quarter, and it appears to be, and he's getting an MRI today, it appears to be his hammy.
Yeah.
But nobody really knew at the moment. We all know Luka's history, and Luka is not loved in a lot of places.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City, however, known for a really friendly city. Fans are pretty friendly. Like, it's like that southern type of hospitality vibe you get there. Well, when he went down last night, a fan that was right there immediately started cussing him out, started saying like this is the first time you're going to play defense. Oh, he's a crybaby. And Austin Reeves immediately jumped to Luka's defense and was like, shut up, he's blank and hurt. So I know a lot of people do not like Luka Doncic, but would you ever stoop to this level of, if you had the chance to say what you wanted to a player you absolutely despised, would you do it? And do you think it would be justified?
No. There's a reason why when you sit that close to the court, when you sit in like the first 10 to 15 rows, every single seat has a card on it with the fan code of conduct, which said, we appreciate that you've purchased these seats. There's expectations of what you can and can't say, and you can and can't do. Now, I have always defended the fans' right to voice your displeasure by booing. Voice your displeasure. You can heckle a player. Like, that's sports. But there's it's not a fine line. It is a obvious line that you do not cross.
Steel
which is
whatever.
Cussing at players for no reason. Again, heckling Luka for saying, "Oh, you're finally playing defense," like that's fine. Not when the dude is hurt on the ground in front of you and it's a pretty serious moment. Even if you think, "Oh, Luka flopped and I don't think he's actually that hurt." Hey, wait till the dude stands up before you say what you got to say. I've never liked that, and I love that players at times will either clap back or, like, Russ used to do this all the time. You say something to Russ will say something back to you, and then he'll go grab security and go, him,
I
her,
love that.
They did that.
I love that.
So, I mean, Austin Reeves is 1,000% in the right here to defend his teammate and go back and forth with the fan. The fan is also saying F you to Austin Reeves.
I don't think they removed the fan, though, which I think they should have.
Yeah, I mean, it's at that point, if the players are pointing it out type thing, if it goes that far, if Austin Reeves, I think, wanted to get that fan kicked out, he probably could. I think Austin was more concerned about my teammate and friend and our star, and Luka Doncic is hurt. It's not like there is a obvious line, and if you have to ask, did I cross that line? The answer is yes, you did. You crossed it, and that fan crossed it.
And he just kept going. And it's like, okay, it's one thing to heckle, like you said, when they're on the floor and they're playing and whatever. But the minute somebody gets seriously hurt, and a star player, doesn't matter who he is, but a star player like Luka, like, he's polarizing, but he's great for the game. You never want to hear or see your stars are getting hurt in the game. But that guy was just relentless. And I was like, I don't know. Some people might take the opportunity, though, when they're face to face with what they consider a villain in the league or in their sport. Maybe they would go for it and not be apologetic.
They might have a little liquid courage going on as well that loosens up their sense of morality, I suppose, too.
I'm sure Kyle is not going to be quite anything different from you.
Yeah, I mean, we know my kind of thought about booing and fan conduct in general. I guess since we're having like a broader conversation about it too, I feel like we normalize a lot of like bad behavior around sports culture. And look, booing is one thing, yelling at players, jeering is another thing, but like, I just feel like there's things that are said and done, and when I walk into most sporting events, there are things that I hear and are said, or actions that take place that, like, in a normal setting, those things wouldn't be okay. And I understand that that's part of sports culture and most cultures in general, is that weird things that you do is part of your sports culture and stuff like that, and it might not be meeting everyone's sensibilities, but I just feel like in sports we normalize like things that would not be okay in other settings.
Sure.
So that even when it doesn't like cross the line to the point where like you gotta go type of situation. Like, what was the name of the guy who had the back and forth with Zach LaVine earlier this year, who you interviewed him on the podcast?
Yes. Devlin Carter.
Yeah, Devlin.
Yes. So with
really nice guy, by the way. Had a great interaction with him.
With Devlin, like, it seems like what was said didn't merit, like, oh, he crossed a line or anything, but also it's like, if you're yelling at the player, you gotta go today. And they let him back for the next game. Like, that was kind of just like things work themselves out. But sometimes things don't get worked out, and we just let things that are probably not okay just kind of slide just because we're in a sporting venue or it's like normalized. So that's just kind of a broader thing beyond just the booing or the obviously awful thing like yelling at Luka when he's down on the floor, or like Raptors fans cheering when Kevin Durant blew out his Achilles.
Oh God, and that's crazy to me.
Yeah, again, it's not a black and white issue necessarily. Each circumstance merits its own response to it based off of what happened, what's said. The reality is professional sports is different. Sports in general is different than any other medium, to where fans go to, in some sense, blow off some steam. They go and have such a passionate attachment to a team or to players and loathe other players. Like I said growing up, and of course I love Kobe now, Kobe Bryant was my villain growing up. I felt about Kobe Bryant the way I felt about my favorite movie characters, the villain and those, like that's and in real life, these are real life villains to some people and heroes to others, and they're going to spark those reactions. And in reality, if you're getting those type of reactions, this is what they say in the wrestling business, even though wrestling is not professional sports. But if you get a reaction, you're doing it right. So you won't have a LeBron, you won't have a Luka without both sides of the love and the hate. So in some sense, that's part of the job.
I agree.
Which you can used to brush a lot of crap under the rug, but it's still true. It's part of the job. But the other side of that is there is nothing in your job description that says you can be verbally abused or the point is there's a line. Don't cross it. And that's an instance where you obviously clearly crossed a line and
have a moment to kick them when they're down. Like, just remember too, the sport is the sport and the reason it is where it is because you've got both sides of it, right?
Yeah.
And just in that moment, respect that you need to shut your mouth.
Remember when LeBron James became the biggest villain in sports, period, to where nobody outside of Miami liked him? Like that was phenomenal for the game.
It really was.
It was so good for the game. That's why the way I feel about Draymond, man. I think some of the things Draymond does is stupid. You probably shouldn't punch your own teammate. You probably shouldn't put people in headlocks and stuff like that. Draymond is a bit out of control at times for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Draymond Green is phenomenal for basketball.
Yep, he really is.
Phenomenal for the NBA as long as he doesn't go too far, which he has at times. And the league has had to go, yo, Draymond, take a seat.
Do you think Wemby being as vocal, first of all, Wemby is going to be and already is spectacular for the game. Do you think Wemby could eventually turn into more of a villain in the game?
Oh, God, yeah.
Okay. Because
Wemby's
I still am at
off.
that, like, oh, I love him, like, for the game, and, like, he's so fun to watch, and I like what he says, but, like, I can see him slowly kind of earning more of that villain.
It's going to happen in these playoffs.
Yeah.
Because he speaks his mind. He picks fights in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he talks ish.
He does. He's not afraid.
Thunder fans are going to hate Wemby if they don't already by the end of these playoffs.
Well, him and Chet, right?
Oh, they hate each
other. They hate each other. They already don't like
they got real beef.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was loved around the league until the Warriors last year. Or sorry, till the Thunder won last year. Now everybody hates Shai Gilgeous-Alexander all of a sudden.
People turned on the Thunder. The Thunder were so lovable.
That's why I was saying about the fan even. I was surprised. Their fans are all nice too.
Wemby is for sure going to become a villain, but I'm here for it.
I know, I am too.
I'm so here for it.
He's going to be so good for the game.
De'Aaron Fox has embraced his villain at times, not just here in Sacramento, but elsewhere as well.
Mm-hmm.
De'Aaron wasn't afraid to speak his mind, so hell yeah. I think the Spurs are going to be...
Maybe the Kings will need a villain.
I think the Spurs are... Well, you could argue they have some. Depends on who you talk to. We will take the break. When we come back, Dan Moore, baseball writer for ESPN and The Ringer, joins us to tell us a little bit about his book that he's writing about Oakland sports, but to really talk about it's opening day for the A's, or opening night for the A's in Sacramento. How does... everybody feel about it a year later? We'll talk to Dan about that and more coming up next. It's Matt and Kayla, Sactown Sports.
Tonight, Kings and Pelicans.
Tip off at 7. Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Is Sactown Sports 1140.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to CarShield.com. That's CarShield.com today.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Tune in every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the Toyota Tahoe Report with Johnny Mosley and me, Elena, bringing you the latest weather conditions up at Tahoe. Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Protect what matters most, your home or business, with A1 rodent proofing and pest control. That mouse in your kitchen? It's never just one. Rodents can destroy insulation, chew wires, and cause thousands in damage. Don't wait for an emergency. Call for a free inspection. A1 offers poison-free solutions, eco-friendly sanitizing, and a pest-free guarantee. Available 24/7 serving the Bay Area. Call 925-503-7271 or visit a1rodentproofing.com. Get peace of mind and keep pests out for good.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
What a busy day in Sacramento sports it is. You've got the Kings at home tonight inside the Golden One Center taking on the New Orleans Pelicans. I'm here to see Shea Langoliers hit like 19 home runs.
Well, and we need our guy Jacob Wilson to, get things going.
Get
so
him going.
Maybe
get
you're a good vibe.
A Nick Kurtz bomb.
Sure.
I want to get there just to see batting practice if I can.
Are you going to take him down at all?
Not tonight. We're probably going to try and do that later on in the summer, but not tonight. We'll see how he does tonight. But watching Nick Kurtz take batting practice is nuts.
Really fun.
Like, he hits the ball almost over the batter's eye in center field. He's hit the ball off the top of the scoreboard in right center.
That's cool.
He just hits nukes, man. He hits nukes inside of Sutter Health Park, and it makes you think, like, if he had played in the Oakland Coliseum, where would that baseball have gone?
Yep.
Would he have broken a window of the suites out there in center field with Mount Davis that was famously built to be the suites area for the Oakland Raiders at the time? Right now, we are joined by Dan Moore. He is a baseball writer for ESPN and The Ringer. He is based in Oakland. He's actively writing a book right now about the history of like Oakland sports and in reality the abandonment of professional sports in Oakland, or them abandoning Oakland to where now Oakland doesn't have the Warriors, the Raiders, or the A's anymore. Dan and I connected last year because he wrote a very lengthy, in-depth He wrote a very lengthy, in-depth article about the A's coming to Sacramento and kind of the vibes and the feelings around it. There was some positivity. There was a lot of negativity to it, as you can imagine. So here we are, roughly a year later. It's opening night for the A's in West Sacramento again, and Dan is nice enough to join us. Dan, my friend, how are you? Thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate having you on. How is this time for you as someone who's so in touch and familiar with Oakland? Opening day is not the same thing over there as it once was, and I remember opening days in Oakland at the Coliseum very fondly growing up.
It's a little different these days, huh? First, thanks Matt and Kayla for having me on, and you've met Rio, my pup, who likes to introduce himself on these kinds of calls without fail. It's a different vibe this year for sure. Similar to last year, if you talk to fans here in Oakland, especially the diehards, they'll tell you that opening day is in fact not happening until mid-May when the Ballers open up their Pioneer League season. But outside the Ballers, I think it's, to be frank, it's kind of a difficult time for a lot of people out here. Like you, Matt, I have amazing memories from spending hours in the Coliseum parking lot before opening day every spring. It's a time that is sort of inherently imbued with a sense of renewal and hope, even when your team's bad. It Hope Springs in the spring. And it's weird to have once had that and to not have it anymore. The only real emotion that I can that feels appropriate is there's still a kind of grief in the air here.
To correct me if I'm wrong really quick, Dan, it's the defending champion Oakland Ballers, right? They won the title last year, if I'm not mistaken.
And not only did they win the title, I believe that they had the best record in the history of the 100-year Pioneer League.
There you go. Nice.
Nothing to sniff at. Nothing to sniff at in your second year of competition.
So walk me through, Dan, like where do you think we're at a year later in terms of at least the Oakland perspective on what the A's are doing as an organization? We're seeing videos that bother me as a Sacramentan. I'm sure they bother Oakland fans of the rise of this new stadium on the Strip in Las Vegas. There were photos of Jacob Wilson and Nick Kurtz and these stars that were taking pictures in Vegas, highlighting it, pumping it up as their new home, right? A year later, what is the vibe about around Oakland, the fan base for another opening day here in Sacramento, and the larger picture of where the A's are headed?
It's immensely painful, frankly, to see the images coming from those players and to see the investment that's being poured into the team, the energy that's being poured in the team. It's impossible not to see any of that and not think, well, wait, what was Oakland not good enough for it? And I think it betrays the honesty of the business calculus on the other side, right? Like what you saw from the Fisher ownership group in 2017, 2018 was a willingness to so invest in the A's. There was money poured into improvements of the Coliseum. There weren't any big signings made at the time, but there was marketing of the team happening here. There was a feel for the first time in decades that the A's as an institution were being cared for and cared about by the people who owned it. That stopped when Oakland no longer figured into the business plan for that ownership group. And so you're saying the same thing. You're seeing the same thing.
Oh, did we lose him? We got you, Dan?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
We're back.
We got you back?
Yep.
Sorry. My headphones might be wonky.
Uh-oh. No problem. Dan, one of the things.
Can you hear me now?
We got you. Sorry, we might have a little spotty connection, but we'll fight our way through it. It's live, baby. We're doing it live. One of the things that frustrated me about last season was very quickly Sacramento became part of the joke, or became, and now they kind of brought it upon themselves in a way by getting involved in this entire situation, but Sacramento's obviously jumping at an opportunity to have Major League Baseball here and potentially attract Major League Baseball here long term. But whether it was situations at the Sutter Health Park, things that were going wrong, opposing teams, broadcast teams, Sacramento really became a butt of the joke, and it was not so much a shot at Sacramento as much as it was a shot at Major League Baseball. Dan, do you expect stuff like that to continue this year, or now that there's at least a year of it under everybody's belt, it's never going to be normal, but it's less of a story now than it was? Did we lose him again?
Probably need to just get him on the line.
Yeah, we might need to give Dan a phone call.
Yeah, Kyle, let's get him on the line. I know our connection here is a little wonky on our side. That's probably what it is.
Let's see if I can send you his phone number as quick as I possibly can. Sorry, everybody out there. We are trying to figure this out. I'm interested about what he has to say about that situation. Because obviously he's coming from the standpoint of the Oakland fan, right? Or the Oakland fan base that certainly feels a type of way. I'm not forgiveness isn't necessarily the right word, but I'm very curious how Oakland feels towards Sacramento now in this entire situation, because, again, I was not happy with the move at the time. I was not happy with Sacramento's involvement at the time because of the background that I have with the Oakland fan base and growing up as an Oakland A's fan. I wonder if their tone has changed at all towards Sacramento.
Well, I also don't know if it's fully like a Sacramento thing, because the club is going to Las Vegas. Like, if I were an Oakland, A's fan and that happened, I know eventually where it's going. It's going to Las Vegas.
Right.
I mean, it's not Sacramento's fault that they are hosting for a couple of years. Sacramento doesn't have anything to do with that. I mean, truly, if I were an A's fan, that's how I would feel. Is like, I'm mad at Las Vegas. And by the way, they're also getting every pro team under the sun, because guess what's there? A lot of money.
Yes.
And so that's how I would look at it. But I'm curious to see what Dan says.
Kyle is efforting calling Dan right now. Though, funny enough, as a Sacramentan, the way that I would push back on what you just said is, yeah, but Sacramento provided an outlet for Fisher to get out of there early, right? Now, you could argue that Oakland didn't negotiate fully in good faith with the A's, because they made very clear demands of, like, you have to do this, and this if you want to stay here till your new shiny stadium's built, or you can kick rocks. And the leverage that they had was, where you gonna go? And then Sacramento stepped in and said, well, you can come here. And that in a sense does undermine the Oakland side of things. And I always had sympathy towards that.
I get it, but it's like, what is it going to do? But that would be horrible, knowing your team's just sitting there for 2 more years, but it's going. Like, that to me is more like you're just not ripping the Band-Aid off as a fan. You're just sitting there watching, like, eventually knowing it was going to leave.
Dan, we got you back on now over the phone. Sorry about the connection issues. I almost guarantee you it's actually on our end, not on yours. But I don't know how much of the last question that you had heard. But essentially it was how does Oakland now view, and how does the Oakland fan view Sacramento? And do you expect, now that we've had a year of the A's in Sutter Health Park, that there's more of a sense of normalcy with this, as much as possible, from the Oakland fan and even from just the MLB viewer in general?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think initially, reflexively, there was a bit of resentment in Oakland that, there was a feeling that, Sacramento is helping Fisher, in effect, screw over Oakland, and, kind of giving him a couch to crash on. That might have been a quote directly from you in my Ringer piece last year, Matt. But I think, with time, the view on that has, I think, become a bit more gracious and sophisticated, I would say, at least in the aggregate. There are no doubt still fans here in Oakland who wish that the powers that be in Sacramento had not extended Sutter Health to Fisher to for him to use it in that way. But I'm not exactly sure what 3 lame duck seasons of this organization in Oakland would have looked like either. And the real villain is too harsh of a word, but the real issue here is not at root Sacramento. It's the fact that Major League Baseball is a legally protected monopoly, and cities don't have any protections against this sort of thing. And just the way that the industry is structured, cities have to compete against each other, in effect, for pro teams. This could have been Sacramento's, or might one day prove Sacramento's best chance to get a Major League Baseball team. And so, when you take that view and put it into context, it's almost hard to blame the city. I much more so sort of blame the system, as it were, rather than Sacramento.
So Dan Moore, ESPN writer in baseball and for The Ringer. So it's interesting right now that we're talking about this, because recently I just came over from Nashville, Tennessee, and recently there's been a lot of hate on Memphis. And a lot of athletes are coming out, I think very naive doing this, but saying, just go and move the Memphis Grizzlies to Nashville. And, that will solve, the problems of athletes not wanting to go to Memphis because it's Memphis. And, for whatever reason, they don't want to go there, or it's their least favorite, trip during the NBA season. And I get the vibe like that Oakland has also been misunderstood in terms of what they provide their professional teams in terms of support and just the type of fans they are. Kind of paint the picture in that realm too, like now that you've lost, the MLB team too. But I mean, Oakland fans supported their teams. Am I correct with that, or am I off with that?
Oh, 100%. I think historically you'd be hard pressed to find a more passionate sports town than Oakland. And the history speaks for itself. Whether it's the Raiders, who sold out every single home game between their debut in the Oakland Coliseum in 1966 until Al Davis relocated them the first time to LA in 1982, or the Warriors, who sold out every single home game from something like 2008 until Joe Lacob moved them to San Francisco in 2019, or the A's. And Oakland's had a more complicated history with the A's, but anytime that the A's have been owned by someone who cared about the team, and more pertinently, who invested in it, and not just on the field, but who invested in it as a community institution and symbol. I'm thinking of the Walter Haas ownership group in the 1980s. The city went crazy about that team. The A's, when under Haas, led the major leagues in attendance. They hosted the All-Star game. The A's were one of the highest revenue teams. So I mean that speaks for itself. It is probably it's necessary here to I can imagine people listening who might point to the A's attendance over the 2010s and say, well, isn't this an example of a city that doesn't really support its team? The A's ranked, I think, pretty consistently in the bottom third of the majors in attendance over that time. But you have to remember when that was happening, Fisher and then principal owner Lou Wolf were actively trying only to move the team, and we're not investing any money in it. I mean, come 2020, the A's were going off of decades of underinvestment, and fans had suffered decades of cyclically having to watch every single great or even lovable player that had come up through the A's system that Billy Beane had acquired and nurtured, through his innovative means, leaves. Whether it's Tim Hudson and Mark Mulder and Barry Zito, Jason Giambi, Miguel Tejada, in the later years, Matt Chapman or Matt Olson. Every recognizable player that the A's ever had was let go of or traded away prematurely because the A's owners made policy out of refusing to offer such players market rate contracts. And so I think, that has a spiritually corrosive impact on a fan base. And when you combine that with underinvestment in the Coliseum, when you combine that with lackluster marketing of the team, and then finally when you combine that with, in the later years, Fisher and Dave Kaval actively alienating the fan base, by not only gutting the roster, but then by raising ticket prices, at certain points, that low attendance becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Dan's preaching to the choir here. That's something I experienced as an A's fan growing up. One of my not favorite things to say, but one of the most truthful things that I can say about the experience of being an A's fan is you don't buy a jersey with the name on the back of it unless it's a legend, because it's not going to be, it's going to be on a sales rack probably a year or two from now. But that seems to be changing now, Dan. And once again, the A's, one thing they've always been good at is developing talent. And here they are with a roster of very exciting young talent, from Jacob Wilson to Nick Kurtz. And then they've brought back some of their stars like Shea Langoliers and Brent Rooker, right? So they're building something here that once again is exciting from the baseball fan. I'm curious, as a two-parter here, your perspective and opinion on the A's this season and how exciting that lineup has the potential of being. And then what's your perspective on the Oakland fan, the Bay Area fan? I know there are still some that drive up here to Sutter Health Park to watch their team play, but what's your perspective on how they feel about this team, this group of players that, of course, they have nothing to do with what's going on. They're just going out there and trying to play and win baseball games.
Right. Yeah. I mean, man, I wish that this would have happened years ago. There's a feeling that this is how it should have been all along, that this is how, a baseball team should be run. And to your point, sort of objectively, the lineup is exciting. And there's something that I've been trying to put a finger on about these players too, especially the offense, that is, they're not only obviously promising, but they're fun in a way that frankly reminds me of some of those early Moneyball teams where, the players are young, they're, kind of chirpy, they're athletic. That center fielder y'all got up in Sacramento, he just made another play the other night.
Clark,
robbed another home run. So it's the roster is fun in a way that feels reminiscent of the most fun A's teams of old. To answer the second part of your question, though, almost every fan that I'm in touch with here in Oakland is not paying attention to the Sacramento A's. Some have gone over to the Ballers, but I really want to stress this. Many have sort of given up on Major League Baseball. Not because it's really a conscious decision on their part. They're sort of giving up on Major League Baseball because they feel that Major League Baseball gave up on them. And I think what I have become very much attuned to over my reporting, and it's something I'm thinking a lot in this book that I'm writing, is one of the things that makes sports important is the connection between a team and a place. When a team is rootless, it's just another company. It's just another corporation. But when a team means something to a community, that's when generational bonds can be formed over it. That's when the identity of the city and the region can begin to meld with that of the team, such that they become almost symbiotic. That's when all that magic happens. And that's when you get fans returning over decades. And I think that there's something almost haunting that occurs when you take that out of a place, when you remove it. And I think that's one reason the relocation is so unfortunate and so wrenching. Is one reason that Bernie Sanders just proposed the Home Team Act as a bill to try to eliminate relocation, or at least make it harder for teams to facilitate, is because there's genuine pain that comes with it, real debt of a varied kind, not just economic, and we're experiencing that here right now. There's lots of bad things happening in the world, and Oakland has many other problems that are probably more important than the Major League Baseball team it lost. But it's a source of real pain and loss. And so I hope I'm not coming off as overdramatic when I say that fans here, many are no longer following Major League Baseball, at least in the sense that they like don't have a team that they follow. But that's the truth. You can't just. I think this is another thing that people here have discovered. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm going to care about another team now," and have it feel the same way, right? Like it doesn't. Your loyalty doesn't and probably can't come so cheap.
So it's just so interesting. I've covered sports all around the country, and every landscape is different. Every state is different in terms of how many teams they have. And in California being such a big state, and having so many professional teams, LA can support multiple teams. Northern California, it's such an interesting landscape because you have like Sacramento here, but like right down the road, you've got Oakland and then the Bay Area. And it's like, how much can each of these really big cities support, professional teams? And my question to you moving forward for the city of Oakland, when you have showed in the past that you've had professional teams, multiple professional teams, and been able to support them, do you guys see as a city moving forward at some point, is there something you guys can do to get and I don't know what professional sport it would be, and even bringing in, the women's professional sports, like anything you guys feel like you could do moving forward to support a team and get you guys back on track as a city, to get some of these teams back?
So much of that, like whether another major league team will come here, let's say if Oakland is awarded an expansion team in the future, that would probably be the one of the more likely routes that would happen. That is decided by Major League Baseball in this case, or the NFL, or one of the pro leagues, and that isn't really decided by Oakland. I think what a city could do when it's trying to make its case for expansion is something like what Sacramento has sort of been asked to do now, which is like, okay, prove how vociferous is your support and how committed are your fans. But I think that's, to your point, been proven here in Oakland, and more pertinently, Major League Baseball has proven that it does not appreciate the potential or value of Oakland as a market. That I think has been made pretty clear, and so when it comes time for MLB to expand, it's hard for me to imagine a scenario where the current power structure chooses Oakland as one of those expansion sites. And one reason, to the point is, Northern California is itself not an obvious candidate. There's already a lot of teams there. There's lots of competition. There was a fair amount of controversy about big league teams going to Oakland in the 1960s. The NFL, when the NFL and the AFL merged, tried to work into the consolidation agreement that the Raiders would have to relocate to Portland, Oregon. And Al Davis fought against that and helped prevent that from happening. Several MLB commissioners are on record, most prominently Bud Selig, saying that it was a mistake for the A's to ever come to Oakland. I think one reason is what you said, that it's sort of fuzzy whether Northern California is a market that's more New York City that can support two teams in every sport, or if it's a bit closer to a city that really can only support one. I would argue, and I think if you read people like Marcus Thompson here in The Athletic, he's been great on this. People who know the East Bay and who know Oakland, such as Matt, who are familiar with this history, but who are also familiar just with the community and like the demographics. This region, the East Bay, can 1,000% right now support Major League Baseball, can support NFL football. Obviously, it's proven that. But also, if you just look at the numbers, the East Bay itself, as a distinct sort of region, has something like 4 million people, 3 or 4 million people. Many people in the East Bay, I mean, if you spend time here, you know that it is, those 9 or so miles between Oakland and San Francisco, that might as well be the whole Pacific Ocean. Like it feels like a different world in many respects. And that's one reason that the teams were so beloved here, is that they sort of demarcated this place officially in ways that other things hadn't. I believe Oakland deserves and 100% could support new teams, either expansion teams, or who knows what happens with like the A's or the Raiders in the future. I'm not saying any of that's likely, but it deserves, can support them. I believe it's already put in the work just over the last half century and even over the last couple of years with like the protests that the fans put on to defend the its integrity and viability as a sports town. But I think ultimately it comes down to the powers that be. And until the American model for the sports business changes in some material way, I think cities like Oakland are going to get the short end of the stick.
Dan, we appreciate you making the time, my friend. Thanks for stopping by, and look forward to reading the new book when it comes out, my friend. So keep working hard on that, and we'll hopefully talk to you very soon.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Absolute
Thanks,
pleasure.
Dan.
That is Dan Moore, baseball writer for ESPN and The Ringer. We'll take the break. When we come back, the NBA has a new problem. I'm using air quotes intentionally there because it's not so new after all. We'll explain what that is. Coming up next on Matt and Kayla, Sactown Sports.
Tonight, Kings and Pelicans. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner.
Starts at 5:30 with tip-off at 7. Listen to your Sacramento Kings
On the official home of Kings basketball, Sactown Sports 1140.
How was your break?
It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code THRIVE25 for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code THRIVE25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill-up. That's THRIVE25.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
To infinity and the ballpark. Join the Sacramento Rivercats for Toy Story Night on Saturday, April 11th, and then bring your best furry friend to Bark in the Park on Sunday, April 12th at Sutter Health Park. Get your tickets at rivercats.com.
There are many reasons to choose Gonzalez Law Offices. As a dedicated trial lawyer with an undefeated record from 2016 through 2019, and you'll know that no case is too big or too small. Due to his success, hard work, and commitment to excellence, attorney Jonathan Gonzalez has been listed in Super Lawyers Rising Stars, as well as in the top 40 under 40 list by national trial lawyers. You can find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call him at 916-304-9187.
Sacramento! Now you've got a place for all things dance.
The all-new Energy 100.5 HD2.
Where dance music lives. Dance vibes anytime and any place when you get the free Now 100.5 app.
Or listen at 100.5 HD2.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
The big problem for the NBA this season, although they've had a lot of problems and a lot of things they've dealt with. I think Adam Silver is very excited that this regular season is almost at an end. The big problem this year was tanking and has been tanking, and that's what all the press conference questions for Adam Silver were about, and he's going to have to solve that and all these fixes coming this summer. But a couple of years ago, the big problem for the NBA was stars not playing and resting and injury load management. Well, remember when we thought, oh, that problem had been kind of solved with this 65-game rule that's going to be changed and blah, blah, blah. We thought so. The problem never went away at all. In fact, it's gotten worse. This is according to a study by Tom Haberstroh of Yahoo Sports. How often do all the NBA stars on national TV actually play? A star is defined as, in the NBA player participation policy, as players who have been named to an All-Star or All-NBA team in this current season or the past 3 seasons. So
when was the rule changed again?
The rule was changed 2 years ago.
Okay.
So this includes, like, De'Aaron Fox is considered a star.
Yeah.
Domantas Sabonis is considered a star. He made the All-NBA a couple seasons ago. So give me a rough percentage in your mind of, like, when all the stars have played in national TV games. What would you give, like, a rough percentage of?
In a season?
Yeah, like, of all the national TV games this year featuring stars, when all the stars have actually played in those games.
A percentage of that.
Right,
okay.
like is it 50-50, half of them?
I'm going to say, like, I don't know, around 42%.
Okay. There have been 220 national TV games featuring multiple stars.
Mm-hmm.
Only 72 of them have actually featured all the stars playing.
Wow.
Less than 33%.
Ooh, that is way lower than I even thought.
There have been 23 games on ABC. Only 10 of them, all the stars played. That's 43%. There have been 52 games on ESPN. Only 15 of them, all the stars have played. That's 28%.
Wow.
NBC Peacock, 80 games, 27 with full stars. That's 33%. Peacock, 9 games, only 1 with full stars, 11%. And Prime, 56 games, only 19 with full stars, 33%.
A lot lower than I thought.
The more NBA stars on national TV, the less of a chance there actually is of seeing them all. In 220 games with 1+ star on both teams, again, only 72 have played. In national TV games, 173 of them where there's been 2+ stars on both teams. So in this case, it would be the Lakers with Luka and LeBron versus the Thunder with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Chet Holmgren, right? 173 games, 48 of them, the full stars played, 27%. With 3 stars on both teams, there have only been 5 games featuring teams with, like, 3 stars on both teams. This would be, I guess the Lakers would still fit into this category if you included Austin Reeves. The Spurs probably fit into this category. There have been 5 games with 3+ stars on both teams. Only 1 of them, all the stars have played. That's 20%.
Jeez.
So the NBA still very much has an issue of they got this new TV package, right? They made a boatload of money on it. But when the national TV schedule is coming out at the beginning of the year and we're seeing, circle the date, it's Knicks versus Thunder. Oh, heck yeah, I'm in. Circle the date, it's Spurs versus Lakers. Oh, I'm in. But we actually get to those games, the vast majority of those games, the stars that we expect to see when we see this team versus this team are not playing. Only 32%.
Yeah. That's a lot lower. So it is interesting, though, because I do feel like with the NBA, there's always issues every season, and certain issues are highlighted more than others. And clearly that was one a couple years ago that I remember always hearing about. Game management, that was obviously a thing. And then this rule went into effect. And I think what happened was we all were under the assumption as a whole that it got fixed a little, right? Because we weren't talking as much about that issue of load management. However, it's being brought up again primarily because we have numbers now, like you have just stated. But now it's brought up again because we now have a new problem.
Yeah.
And the problem is that these players, i.e. Luka Doncic right now, that might not play in, 65 games? He's at 64.
Yep.
Might not be eligible for MVP because he's going to miss it by like a game possibly.
That rule's going to be gone this summer.
And that's the thing. It's brought up a whole new other problem that now we're looking at this whole problem that supposedly was fixed and saying, wait, it probably never was. We just let it die down. But now a new problem has risen, and now that's a problem again in terms of not being fixed. So it's very interesting how the NBA works too, because it's just like you feel like it's a whack-a-mole. Like one problem gets fixed and then whack-a-mole comes up and it's like, wait a second, we got to fix this problem now. Adam Silver has a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
And I think needs to just get some more people around him that can kind of fix the problem for good, or not just patch it up, because then we're always going to be talking about this league and all the problems we've got to solve. We got to start fixing this long term.
I've seen people call Adam Silver, he's a professional problem solver, but also a professional problem maker.
For sure.
Because when he tries to solve a problem, he makes more.
For sure.
Realistically, I don't know if there's any way for the NBA to actually fix this. Realistically. There's two routes that make the most sense to fix this. Route number one is never happening, or if it does, the NBA is going to lose a ton of money, and that's shortening the season.
Yeah,
I know that's what everybody's calling for.
I know.
Shorten the season, have them play less games, less wear and tear on players' bodies. You have more days off in between games. They just signed a brand new TV deal worth billions, if not trillions of dollars, right? Like that's not gonna happen. It's not realistic.
Is it the best thing to do? Yes.
Yes.
But it's money is involved.
It affects the bottom line, so it ain't going to happen.
Exactly.
So that's number one. The other one is what the NBA fought so hard against a couple of years ago when they got rid of this load management stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to directly fix this problem of our stars are not playing in the biggest national TV games of the year when we want them to play, then you have to be willing to allow teams, when they're playing the Sacramento Kings, to rest all their players. And of course, the NBA doesn't like that, because fan in Sacramento, who I bought tickets to go see LeBron and he's not playing. I bought tickets to go see Cade Cunningham or Wemby and they're not playing. That fan gets screwed over. And it makes those already tough to watch games even more unwatchable. But that to me is the only realistic way that you actually address this problem. Okay, the Lakers are playing the Knicks on Friday, but the Kings on Wednesday. All right, Luka, LeBron, Austin Reeves, you ain't playing on Wednesday because we need you on Friday against the Knicks. We need you in that national TV game. That sounds horrible. I hate that as a small market team. I hate that, although the Kings might win some more games. But that might be the only realistic way to go, and it's gross. It sucks. That's a problem for the NBA. I don't know how they fix it.
It is a problem. It's a definite problem. I don't know either. I mean, the first step might be eventually Adam Silver getting replaced.
Well, I don't know if that's happening anytime soon, but we'll
I'm not saying he's the worst commissioner, but
no, he's in the spotlight.
He's caused some problems
That's
lately.
for sure. He's not nearly as bad as Rob Manfred.
Right.
We will take the break. When we come back, it's time to pick a side. Rick, I see you on hold. I know you want to talk about the Oakland A's. If you hang tight with us till noon, we'll get you in at the very start of lunch break. Would love to hear what you have to say about the Oakland A's after our great conversation with Dan Moore. So hang tight with us. Pick a side is next. It's Matt and Kayla, Sactown Sports.
Tonight, Kings and Pelicans. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner.
Starts at 5:30 with tip-off at 7. Listen to your Sacramento Kings
On the official home of Kings basketball, Sactown Sports 1140.
If you don't care about saving 50% off your wireless bill for the same 5G coverage the big guys are charging a fortune for, maybe you care about keeping jobs in America. Pure Talk does. They've pledged to run their entire operation from this country, including all their customer service. Or maybe you care about our nation's veterans. Pure Talk does. They've donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to America's Warrior Partnership, a fantastic organization working hard to prevent veteran suicide. Or maybe you care about closing America's skills gap. Pure Talk does. They're a proud supporter of MicroWorks. They're helping my foundation train the next generation of skilled workers. Don't get me wrong. Saving money's great, and you'll save plenty with Pure Talk. But if you want to be in business with people who share your values, dial pound 250. say micro, and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
A's fans, the 2026 season is coming fast, and single game tickets are on sale now. Be there for an exciting season packed with theme days, giveaways, and firework nights, including bobbleheads, jerseys, hats, and much more. And getting in is easier than ever. Tickets start at just $8 for select April and May games. From opening day to unforgettable summer nights, there's something for everyone at the ballpark. Get your tickets today at athletics.com/tickets and be part of the excitement this 2026 season.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guaranteed details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Granger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Granger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
If you're serious about getting better at golf, start with the fit. At Hagen Oaks, everything begins with Total Game Fitting. The TrackMan Player Performance Studio analyzes your swing to match you with the right clubs. Ping's Ballnamic Fitting helps you find the golf ball for your game. The Hagen Oaks Putter Fitting Studio helps you roll it true. And with FootJoy's 3D foot scanner, you'll walk the course in shoes that actually fit. From driver to putter and even what's on your feet, Hagen Oaks fits every part of your game. Total Game Fitting, only at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Business 80.
Tune in every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the Toyota Tahoe Report with Johnny Mosley and me, Elena, bringing you the latest weather conditions up at Tahoe. Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Pick a side, any side. It's time for Pick a Side on Matt and Kayla.
Friday vibes here on Matt and Kayla. Let's see if those Friday vibes seep their way into Pick a Side. Kyle Ledbetter, what's topic number one?
Yeah, topic number one. So, Michigan is playing Arizona tomorrow in the Final Four. And is it TNT, I think, is doing a...
it's True TV where it will be seen.
Yeah, True TV Max is doing an alternate broadcast with the Fab Five broadcasting the game, reacting to the game, kind of like a watch-along situation.
Yeah, like an alternate channel that they do a lot on ESPN for
like
national
like
championships.
The Manning cast and
right.
stuff like that.
Yeah, I think they've done this for like baseball playoffs and stuff before. So anyways, do you want to watch the Fab Five talk about Michigan?
No. And I love Chris Webber. No, I'm all right.
He's like,
I mean, maybe I'll check it out for a little bit. But no. Like, I love the Mannings. I know you don't like them.
Yeah.
I love the Mannings. I don't really even like... I like seeing clips from Manningcast. But I don't like it distracts from the game.
Mm-hmm.
And the game is what I'm there to watch. Mm-hmm. So, interesting concept. Maybe a lot of Michigan fans will watch, or a lot of historians who just want to hear stories. I might check it out for a few minutes, but no, not for me.
I'm curious. So if I am covering a team or it is my team, I'm very traditional in the way that I watch the sport. I don't want to be distracted. I want the X's and O's. I, want the traditional broadcast. However, I will say when I'm watching teams that aren't my teams necessarily and teams I'm not covering directly, sometimes I will dabble into checking things out just to see if it brings a different viewpoint or whatever. And I think with this, I'm actually interested to check it out. I don't know if I'll stay on True TV the whole time, probably not, but I might check it out for just a half. I just find those former players so fascinating. And I just loved the whole Fab Five documentary. I loved everything about that Fab Five and just the different players and obviously Weber and everything. But I think I might check it out because I just want to tap into their brains and see what they're seeing from a player perspective. And
it's just going to be a lot of reminiscing. Remember when we did that?
But maybe I don't know. That's why I want to check it out. Maybe it's not like that.
Okay,
we don't know.
There are two very specific reasons why I want to watch it, and I'm pretty sure both of them I can get on social media. One, Jalen Rose is really good at television.
And
so I think Jalen Rose is going to be very entertaining on the broadcast. Reason number two is, if you remember, Juwan Howard, who is a member of the Fab Five, was fired at Michigan 2 years ago as the head coach.
I forgot about that.
And is now going to be doing an alt broadcast with the players, many of whom he recruited to Michigan, that are now playing in the Final Four with Dusty May.
Okay, that's good. I like that.
Go full
I
villain.
like that.
I just want to see if they're going to bring it up.
Yeah.
Are they going to rub Juwan like, hey, Juwan, that could have been you. Hey.
That'd be fun.
Hey.
They're 100%
Forgot about that one.
Look at Dusty, huh? Dusty's great, huh? Isn't Dusty such a great coach, Juwan, huh?
Crazy. All right, next topic.
So Phil Mickelson announced he's not going to be at the Masters, which means Phil and Tiger are both not going to be at the Masters for the first time since 1994.
Dang.
When I was born.
Okay.
And 8
What a
years
show
before I
off.
was born.
And I wasn't even born, so.
Yeah, exactly. Kayla was like,
Not even close.
Yeah.
You know?
So anyways, is this a big deal or no?
I think to golf fans, other than the nostalgia value, it's not a big deal because golf fans have moved on and they're paying attention to the current crop of stars, and there are plenty of them.
Scheffler.
Right? Yeah, Scotty Scheffler, Bryson DeChambeau, and just all these.
Rory, who won last year.
Rory McIlroy, right, who's reigning defending. Like, there's a lot of stars in golf currently that golf fans are still going to be very locked in on. But I do think this is a big deal because I think the casual fan is a little less interested. There were people that did not care about golf at all that would tune in just to see how's Tiger doing. And then when Phil Mickelson won, I can't remember what he won a while ago. It was a huge story. I can't remember what tournament it was specifically. The PGA Championship, is that what it was? Regardless, like, those guys not being there, I think, is going to ultimately have the general audience less interested. But I don't think the Masters is going to noticeably suffer from it in any kind of way. They just might not wrangle in those kind of stragglers who turn on their TV just to see, where's Tiger on the scorecard? Okay, anyway, I'm moving on.
Yeah, you're right. Look, do I feel a little type of way about it? Yeah, and I follow golf. Because it, to me, signifies the end of an era for sure. Like, I don't know if we're ever going to see Phil and Tiger back on the Masters course at any time together again, ever. So that maybe is why it's a little bit weird for me.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe that it's since 1994 that this won't happen. But for me, it's also like Phil kind of has disappeared when he went to the Live Tour and he did his thing there, and he's kind of disappeared because he hasn't been on the PGA Tour. That's kind of in the back of my mind now with Phil. With Tiger missing this and he had a chance to play, that's more so what I think about. But when you combine the two and just the legends that they are and what they brought to the big tournaments, it's definitely, for me, a big deal.
Phil's a great personality too, though. But he's been doing some YouTube golf stuff and just appearing in those famous celebrity matches and stuff like that. So both of them will still have massive careers in golf as long as Tiger doesn't continue to do stupid things. But there is definitely a mortality element of two goats that are just they ain't there no more. They're on their way to the senior tour.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Next up,
He's like, moving on.
Kyle's got nothing.
Yeah.
Look, you guys know my thoughts on Tiger. It's not captivating to me. Definitely don't care about Phil Mickelson
I know you don't.
anymore.
Okay.
I mean,
He's funny. You'd like him. He's a good personality.
Phil's an interesting man.
I bet I would,
I like this next one, so let's get to it.
All right, the San Jose Sharks and your boy, Macklin Celebrini.
The GOAT!
I feel like that's more like the Gator chomp.
Yeah, it is, but I'm taking it over for the
Shark
Sharks.
bite.
Yeah. Shark. What was the family feud? What was the thing? Shark Tale?
Shark Bite was not on there.
Shark
Are you
Tale.
freaking kidding me?
Idiots. Shark Tale and Marshmallows not on that. Idiots.
Maybe-
Whoever
They don't know what they're doing.
Whoever Jason Ross pulled is dumb.
Right? Shark Bite.
Well,
How is
maybe-
that not a thing?
Maybe we didn't ask Jason. Maybe Shark Tale was spelled Tale, and they're talking about the movie with Will Smith and Robert De Niro
I never
and
saw
Jack
that,
Black.
never want to see that, and I'm sure it bombed in the box office.
No, what are you talking about? It's a great movie.
Doesn't sound
I'd rather
like
watch Jaws. Okay, moving on.
That movie has one of the craziest casts of all
Freaking
time.
love Jaws.
Anyways, so the Sharks, the real Sharks have won 4 in a row.
Let's go.
Do we think they're going to make the playoffs?
I sure hope so. They're so much freaking fun. Macklin Celebrini, the GOAT. We saw what he did for Team Canada in the Olympics. Second place, by the way. But still.
He's having an incredible season.
He's had an incredible season. They're one of the best stories in hockey. Get them in there and then just see what they do. Because that's the type of team that every year there's playoff teams in all sports that it's like, yeah, you should beat them, but no one really wants to play them. I feel like the Sharks are that team.
Well, in hockey specifically, it's one of the hardest trophies to win, Lord Stanley Cup. Because just anything, like you said, can happen. You can have these, and they're long series, right? Their series they're long. Obviously, we know how physical the sport is. It reminds me of, by the way, the San Jose Sharks are currently in a wild card spot right behind the Utah Mammoth. So
hold the line, boys.
They're 1 and the Sharks are 2. However, speaking of a team that did just that, the Nashville Predators are right there at 79 points, along with the Los Angeles Kings.
Go away.
It is going to be a battle till the end. By the way, San Jose and the Preds are playing Saturday. So this is a big game between those two that are fighting for wild card spot. But Nashville Predators back in 2017, they are like a team that reminds me of what San Jose could be this year, where they slipped into the wild card spot and they had a run all the way to the Stanley Cup final. And that's, I feel like, if you get the Sharks in, you do not want to face the Sharks, because I truly think they could be one of those teams that make a run.
Kayla, you didn't know this, but you triggered me, because anytime I hear the words Los Angeles Kings, it pisses me off.
The Kings, I can't stand it.
Oh, you mean 3-0?
Move that team.
I can't stand the Kings.
2014. Los Angeles Kings. How dare you?
I'm not fond of the Kings.
Change the name. You're not Kings. We are the Kings. We have the Kings.
Boo.
Remember when the Sharks blew a 3-0 lead to the Kings? That was fun.
Well, it's a new season.
Yeah, they didn't have Macklin.
They didn't have Celebrate.
They didn't have the boy, the GOAT.
And the Kings have...
Celebrate.
I don't know, is Drew Doughty still there? I haven't rooted for the Kings in like
Drew
8 years.
Retired.
Oh, okay.
Retired. One of the greats, but...
Back when I used to like hockey, I liked the Kings. That was my team. But now they're...
If they got a team here...
All right, we can squeeze this in really quick because it's been on all week. The last topic, Kyle. We can get in real quick.
Cream and sugar in your coffee, or are you just black?
Well, looking at my coffee here from this morning that is now cold, I have to have, now that I'm older, a little bit of, Splenda, but yet the good kind, the stevia, excuse me.
Did you like black coffee before?
Yeah, so growing up, my mom and dad would make coffee, and I always thought it was gross because they drink it black.
Yeah.
But then as I got into college, black coffee, straight up coffee is how I got through classes and then, all the other stuff. But then I started to think, okay, I've got to add something back in it.
No, black coffee is terrible. But when I worked at Panera in high school and I would be very tired, I would do just espresso shots. Holy moly, do those work? You just do straight espresso
those are
shots.
Crazy.
They taste terrible, but you'll be like a ping pong ball getting whacked off the table. It works so well. But they're all gross. Black coffee's gross. Get some help.
It's what we need, like a ping pong ball. It'd be the Kings ping pong ball this year that would just
bouncing everywhere.
Bouncing everywhere and bounce to the top for Adam Silver to pick.
I like that. We'll talk about the Kings when we return. Which franchise would you rather be in control of right now given their current circumstances? The Sacramento Kings or the Golden State Warriors? We'll debate that. Plus, Rick, thanks for holding tight. Rick wants to jump in on the Oakland A's conversation that we were having earlier in the show. That's coming up next. It's Matt and Kayla, Sactown Sports.
Tonight, Kings and Pelicans. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner.
Starts at 5:30 with tip-off at 7. Listen to your Sacramento Kings.
On the official home of Kings basketball, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Granger. Granger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
I move mountains for a living. Literally.
That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolades. Rolades' dual-active formula has calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. Yeah, you heard right. 2 actives for that powerful relief. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolade spells powerful relief. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's Spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce, pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Progressive knows that for business owners, vacations hit different. But hey, at least you finally took a vacation. And look at that. You only answered 53 calls, 84 emails, onboarded 1 new hire, and covered for Chris while he's out on paternity leave, and you did it all from a kayak. Because you, my friend, know how to relax. All right, you may not know how to take a day off, but you do know both your personal and business auto insurance needs can be covered in one place with Progressive. So at least that's relaxing, right? Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in all states or situations.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
Sacramento! Now you've got a place for all things dance.
The all-new Energy 100.5 HD2.
Where dance music lives. Dance vibes anytime and any place when you get the free Now 100.5 app.
Or listen at 100.5 HD2.
KHD 1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. It's time for the lunch break. Your calls, your thoughts, your segment. Call or text us at 916-339-1140. It's the lunch break on Matt and Kayla.
Yes, indeed. It is time for the lunch break. Your opportunity to call in, be a part of the show, 916-339-1140. Call or text that number. And you could be like Rick, who was nice enough to wait around for around half an hour. Rick, we appreciate your patience. You want to jump in on the conversation that we were having with Dan Moore about the Oakland A's, as today is technically opening day for the A's in Sacramento. They take on the Houston Astros tonight. What up, Rick? Happy Friday.
Hey, happy Friday, Matt. I'm a Oakland A's fan since the 1960s, so I go way back into their 3 World Series in a row era. You know, unfortunately, I think people are kind of built psychologically to move on. So I can't help but think the Oakland fan base has kind of realized they're not coming back. And I think the city of Oakland kind of lost an opportunity maybe 10 years ago to try and work with both MLB and NFL and trying to make a complex suitable for football and baseball. When Oakland changed their stadium to accommodate the Raiders, when you went to the Coliseum, it was no longer the Coliseum. The center field bleacher area just wasn't the same. And that stadium, no matter what, had to be rebuilt. It was way beyond its usefulness.
Yeah.
And I'll still follow them, but it's just not going to be the same. Hey, one more thing. You know, with the Final Four, there's a Sacramento Kings in the Sacramento area tie into that. I don't know if you guys know this, but Andrew Stojakovic played for Jesuit High School.
Yep.
Yeah, I just think that's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
I taught at Weston Ranch High School, and we had a kid, James Nunnally, that played in 2 Final Fours. This was a long time ago. So it's always kind of cool when there's local people playing in these national events. Anyway, you guys have a good Friday. Happy Friday.
Rick,
Thanks,
thank
you
you
too,
so
Rick.
much for the call, man. You're the best. Yeah, I got to cover Andre when he was at Jesuit.
That's so
and
cool.
covered his high school career with the Marauders. They
Mhm.
played in the Golden One Center for some section titles and some state titles, and getting to go to Jesuit High School and watch him play, and it was always very rowdy over there, especially the Jesuit Christian Brothers Holy Bowl rivalry between those two schools, right? So I got to cover him very closely in my time at ABC 10. So to see him shining with Illinois is pretty awesome. He's pretty much the sixth man on that team.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
he's their big
He's
bench
played
impact.
well in the tourney, too.
He's been playing fantastic.
I mean,
so.
Illinois' been the if you're looking out of all of them, they've been the surprise. I mean, UConn you could put in there too, but Illinois, I thought they were a good team this year, but man, they've made it a lot further than I thought.
You know, it's funny. This is nerdy, but bear with me here. Rick brought up the old Oakland Coliseum, and I never got to experience it before Mount Davis, or if I did, I just simply do not remember it.
Mm-hmm.
So Mount Davis, the Coliseum has always had Mount Davis in my mind. And by the way, Mount Davis, when you'd actually walk through it, Mount Davis is nice. It just is just this gigantic behemoth on top of what the Coliseum used to actually be.
Yeah.
But I'm a very avid MLB The Show video game player, and shout out to the MLB The Show community because people have made the old Oakland Coliseum that you can play
cool.
in that game, and I discovered that last night. So it's fitting that we're talking about it. Shout out Rick for that. If you want to be like Rick and call into the show, you absolutely can. 916-339-1140. I'm sure you're going to want to jump in on this next topic. Before we get to that, though, got this text from the 916. Shout out to the Sacramento Kings for inviting my 104-year-old mom, Miriam Coloma, to the game this Sunday against the LA Clippers. They're honoring her for being the oldest U.S. vet in Northern California. She served as a second lieutenant surgical nurse in the U.S. Army during World War II. Last year, she was awarded the Congressional Gold Medal for her service. I was told they'll show her bio on the big screen and honor her live. She loves the NBA. I hope she can take some photos with some players. The Kings will absolutely take good care of you.
Goodness.
The Kings do phenomenal stuff like this in the community all the time. This organization, of course, when it comes to basketball, it's not been great. But from the incredible in-arena entertainment team led by Scott Moak, Scott Freshour, Mo, like the Sacramento Kings dance team, the in-arena has always been phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
And the community stuff has always been sensational with the Sacramento Kings. I love stories like this. So thank you so much
That's so cool.
for sharing that with us.
I'll tell you, I have a special place in my heart for, well, first of all, veterans. My grandfather was one, but also just that community and women like her, 104, and a diehard sports fan still, and that's just that warms my heart, and so cool that she can actually be there and be honored on top of it while getting to watch some basketball. That made my day.
The
That's
Kings will
so
take good
cool.
care of her. Yeah, thanks for sending that text. No one put their name on that text, but whoever sent that, thank you so much for stories like that. We absolutely love and adore stories like that. That's just part of the great part of the lunch break, man. Reach in, share with us. We want to hear from you. So the Golden State Warriors lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers last night, which means the franchise will not finish above 500 for the first time since 2019-2020. And there's not been, in the last couple decades, there haven't been a lot of seasons where the Warriors have finished below 500, right? They've been a symbol of excellence in the modern NBA, to say the least. The Warriors aren't locked in to the 10th spot, but more than likely they're going to be in that 10th play-in spot, which means they have to win twice in order to be the 8th seed and earn the right to get demolished by OKC in the first round. And maybe Steph Curry will play. It sounds like he's either going to be back he's targeting tonight against the Rockets, I believe. And if not, then it sounds like he's going to play against the Sacramento Kings next week.
Okay.
So Steph Curry coming back. Y'all know how I feel about Steph Curry. I'm a huge Steph Curry fan.
That'll
So
be fun.
I think that's a great thing. And obviously the Warriors are a significantly different and better team when Steph Curry's on the floor. So we'll see in that sense. But more than likely they'll end up in that 10th spot. And as the 10th seed, you have to win 2 road games. So you have to beat 9 on the road and then beat the loser of 7-8 on the road. It's a very unfun, uncomfortable spot to be in. And out of all the play-in teams, you get the best draft lottery odds, or best, technically the Warriors, I think, are 13th in draft lottery odds right now, if I'm not mistaken. 11th, excuse me.
Oh, well, that's not, too bad either.
They've got a 2% chance of winning the lottery and 9.4% chance of top 4 overall. I'm simming the lottery right now just to see if it'll do it to me. No, they stayed at 11.
Okay, good.
The Kings dropped to 6, so I'm closing that page really quickly. And
we don't want any of that page.
Not acknowledging its existence.
Yeah.
Thanks, Pac-Man. We know that the Warriors are very much at the end of an era. Steph Curry is in the sunset of his career, although I don't know. He's going to play, I imagine, I hope, a couple more years.
I would think a couple more.
He's not retiring
as
this year.
As long as he's not, the injury is not ongoing.
Jimmy Butler has also been dealing with injury. He's been out all season with an injury too. We don't know necessarily about his future. Draymond Green was involved in trade talks. Of course, the Warriors are one of those teams that this summer, just like at the trade deadline, they're going to go very hard after Giannis Antetokounmpo, right? So in that sense, there right there is an argument for why you'd rather be the Golden State Warriors. You still have Steph Curry. Mm-hmm. And you are going to be in the mix for a superstar that the Kings have no business even being remotely in the conversation with, other than, hey, Giannis is beating the Kings by 30. That's when you bring up the Kings in a Giannis Antetokounmpo situation. So that might be the most compelling argument against what we're going to talk about here. But is there a good argument for the Sacramento Kings as a franchise are in a better spot because primarily their draft situation, the amount of picks that they own, their own picks that they own, plus a few other picks like the 2027 Spurs pick, the 2031 Timberwolves pick, and they are in position, we'll see how the ping pong balls go, but they're in position to have a very, very high pick in a generational draft. Mm-hmm. And their veterans are still around. Unfortunately, they're going to be under contract for another year or two. But there's light at the end of that tunnel. There's a clean break off coming with this current veteran core. Is there a compelling argument there, Kayla, for the Sacramento Kings are in a better situation, or I don't know how to word this correctly. They are in a spot where they have a better chance of having a brighter future than the Golden State Warriors right now based off their circumstances.
I get what you're saying here. I think what's difficult about this question is if I were to say erase the histories of the organization,
sure,
erase the success of the organizations,
right,
and just give me what they're looking at right now. The Golden State Warriors, they're trending down. And Steph is not getting any younger. And if anything, Steph can't completely, I don't think at this point, save the organization.
No.
They're pretty much doing him, I'm not calling it a favor, they're doing him the justice of letting him play out his career in Golden State.
Yeah.
Because he means that much to the organization.
Try and make it as good as possible for the final couple of years.
Exactly. And I understand that. I completely understand that. But when you look at the team as a whole, obviously an older team at this point, has dealt with injuries, even with some of their star players, did not like the trade that was made. Thought it, again, Jonathan Kuminga might not have fit what they were thinking about, but I think Jonathan Kuminga is going to go on and have success while they're going to be, again, trying to think, how do we rebuild? So when I look straight, right now, with any of the things in the background not being involved with the organizations, I would actually say that the Kings are on the track to finding success quicker, or to being, a team that is relevant quicker than maybe the Golden State Warriors will be, because they do have the draft picks, and specifically this year they have a better chance at getting a really good draft pick. And I know there's things that are bogging them down. There's moves that are having to be made this summer, but Golden State has a lot of work to do in terms of getting younger, and, draft picks. Where are those? They don't have a ton of them. Mm-hmm. So, but it's not that easy.
Right. You
have to consider the past, and you have to consider the hesitations of Kings fans knowing that, are we going to get it right, though?
Mm-hmm.
Are we even going to get it right when we get a top pick perhaps this year? Is Scott Perry going to be able to move off these contracts? Or are we just going to get these things wrong? And by the time we figure out that we've got to fire a GM again and fire a coach again, the Golden State Warriors are already making moves to get back up that ladder.
Mm-hmm.
And that's always, I feel like, in the back of Kings fans' minds. Because Golden State has done the rebuild, and they were crappy for a long time, but they proved that they could fix things and win championships. Sacramento hasn't done that yet.
100% right. It's almost you want to look at the conversation not as a fan or as a hypothetical GM. You want to look at the conversation as a bettor.
Yeah.
What are you betting on?
Correct. That's a good way to look at it.
I would argue, and I don't think it's that like hot of a take. I would argue the Kings' circumstances set them up and give them the assets that they have a better likelihood of improving their team and being better in the future compared to the Golden State Warriors because of the circumstances that they're in. But the other side of that, though, is I'm betting on the Warriors organization who's been there and done that before versus the Kings' inability to do that, and the Kings also inability to stop tripping over their own feet.
Right. Because it's like, until you prove it, I'm going to sit back and just wait.
100%.
And that is so justifiable if you're a fan.
I want to ask you a question about what we think life after Steph is going to be for the Golden State Warriors in just a second, but Daniel wants to jump in on this conversation. What up, Daniel?
What up, guys?
Hey.
Hey, Matt, I'm going to make this easy.
Yeah.
I remember going back to the Beam team, the year the team was really good. The OKC Thunder, they were bad. They were worse than the Kings. They were one of the worst teams. And everybody was making the same argument that who would you rather have, the Kings or the Thunder? And everybody was saying the Kings. Look how we're playing, this and that. I never thought that. And I'll tell you why. And I hate to go here. I said, the Kings, no matter what route they take, no matter how good they get, they are always going to be one Vivek obsession with Levine, one Vivek obsession with Buddy Hield away from completely blowing up whatever route they were headed to. So I'm going to tell you this. I have a 1 ounce gold coin. I will bet you that the Warriors can tear down their entire team and they will be back in the finals before the Kings even make the playoffs again.
Daniel, I appreciate the call. I mean, it's hard truths. Ownership plays a major factor in this. I mean, Drew Down is a Warriors fan who is.
Oh, I didn't know Drew was a Warrior.
Oh, Drew's a diehard Warrior fan. He's based in the Sacramento area. Wonderful guy. I've loved getting to know Drew over the years, but he is a Warrior fan, and he brought up simply Joe Lacob versus Vivek.
Yeah.
And Joe Lacob has the history, has the track record. Now, I think Vivek's intentions are as pure as they could possibly be for the most case, but we have to look at track records. We have to look at success. We have to, and in reality, what Daniel's talking about is a very valid fear or if you're evaluating a franchise, that has to play a significant part in it, regardless of if it's off the court or on the court, right? That's not out of bounds to talk about. So we appreciate the perspective from Daniel. It's a good it's a good element of this conversation. I'm very curious though about life after Steph for the Warriors, because the Warriors were really bad for a really long time, with the exception of the We Believe Warriors, right? Baron Davis and that year when they beat Dallas in the first round, and that was sensational. But the Warriors were terrible for a long time. They had good players. They had Monty Ellis, who was a bucket.
Yeah.
They've had names and interesting elements to their teams, but they just were not good for a very long period of time. They were not a free agency destination.
Nope.
They stunk. After Steph, do we think the Golden State Warriors go back to not being a free agency destination again? Because the Bay is the Bay, and Chase Center's gorgeous, and the reality is that Golden State Warriors logo, when you see that logo, you think winning. You think success. You think Steph Curry. I think it's the one benefit that the Warriors will have is that when Steph leaves, there is going to be a legacy element of Steph Curry that I think will still make the Warriors attractive. We'll see what the team looks like on the day where Steph finally says bon voyage.
Sure.
And if Giannis is there to take up the mantle, then they're going to be just fine.
Yeah, and that's kind of...
But let's play this hypothetical scenario out to where 2 years from now, it's one last hurrah, and Steph goes out with the Warriors the way Kobe went out with the Lakers. The Lakers were like a younger team at the time, and they were, at the end, they weren't a very good basketball team. Let's say that's how it ends with the Warriors. I don't think the Warriors are going to go back. They're going to probably have to rebuild through the draft still, but I don't think they're going to go back to not being able to attract free agents the same way the Kings have not been able to attract free agents.
Yeah, that's a really interesting question, and I think it's deeper than just even Steph retiring or Steph, moving on or whatever it might be. If you get Giannis, yeah, that's different, right? And I'm sure that Steve Kerr would stay around too. What I'm imagining is when Steph goes, Steve goes. Mm-hmm. And that's a big chunk of who Golden State is, whether you like it or not. That is what we know them as right now. Obviously, Klay's gone and Draymond's still there. He ain't going to be there.
Yep.
So really what you've built your organization on in terms of recent success and what we all know the Golden State Warriors as, it's all gone. Mm-hmm. And yeah, you've got ownership, and yeah, you've got the Golden State, emblem and what they've done in the past. But does that mean as much nowadays? Like when you build something like that, but you've slowly started to lose traction, because they're slowly starting to not be the team we talk about because they're not relevant right now.
Right.
And Steph's not playing right now. How quick does that go away? I think that depends on, how quickly they can rebuild. And that's harder than just saying, hey, snap my fingers, I'm going to get another Steph. Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm going to pair him with Klay. Right. And it's just this iconic duo.
I'm going to hit on 3 straight
That's
drafts
what I mean.
again.
There was a little luck that played into Golden State's not only success, but sustained success that they've found. I think that's going to be hard to do. It might take a few years. I don't think they're going to completely fall off a cliff because it is Golden State. I think they've built enough there to attract some people, but they're going to have to bring out the paycheck. They're going to have to draft well. It could be a minute. It could be a minute once that Steph kind of dynasty has died out.
Funny enough, something that you brought up there is actually my main argument for why it's the Kings over the Warriors.
Yeah.
It's the draft.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the real question we're asking there is who has the better chance of building through the draft correctly. And some Kings fans might be listening to that going, Matt, why the hell would that be in the Kings are the favorite in that sense? Look at the Kings draft history. Look at the Warriors draft history. Yeah, you're kind of right. I mean, we just talked about they hit on Steph. They hit on Klay. They hit on Draymond. The Kings have missed with the exception of Domantas Sabonis. Jeez Louise. DeMarcus Cousins.
It's Friday.
DeMarcus Cousins and De'Aaron Fox. Mm-hmm. Like, those are the big hits. Hopefully Keegan Murray. However, I would argue that the Kings will have a better chance of finding success in the draft simply because they're going to have more opportunities at it.
Yeah.
Higher picks and higher picks in a recent, or at least unless the draft lottery goes to hell, higher pick in a very talented draft this year compared to the Warriors who, if we're being honest, have not drafted well for the last 5, 6, 7 years.
Do we want to go through the list? Wiseman.
Yeah, I mean, even the Kuminga draft pick.
Even though, it didn't work there.
Right.
Didn't work there.
The Warriors have not drafted well at all recently.
No, they haven't.
So
no, they haven't.
The question simply becomes, again, if you're a betting man, who do you trust to have the better draft? Is it Scott Perry? Or is it Dunleavy Jr.?
Yeah,
it's not as advantage Golden State Warriors as one would think in that scenario.
And the only reservations that Kings fans are going to have is because it's again, like I mentioned, you have to prove it, Scott. You've had some success in other roles and having success with some draft picks, but again, we want to see it here. So it's that's hard for fans, I think, just to get on board with that being it's the Kings.
Mm-hmm. From a guy that doesn't like me very much in the YouTube comment section, Michael Fredgren. He says, I think it's Fred Green. Fred Green. Sorry, Michael, if I'm mispronouncing it. He says, here we go with Matt's faulty reasoning. Draft position is irrelevant if you make bad picks. You know who knows that better than anyone else? The Golden State freaking Warriors do. They've blown humongous opportunities in the draft. Yep. Now, the Kings, of course, have too. Need I say the name Marvin Bagley? Like we know, both teams have draft history that's not so good. But you know what increases your chances of making a good draft pick? Having a higher draft pick, right? Especially a higher draft pick in a draft that is considered to be 8-9 guys deep to some people. I don't necessarily fully subscribe to that, but some experts believe that. So if it simply is a drafting conversation, if you're still, I'm taking the Warriors and I'm taking that organization to do the entire process correctly and identify talent better, I don't necessarily know if I blame you. I'm just saying I don't think it's not a Warriors advantage versus a Kings advantage in that sense. I think if anything, it could be pretty even, and the Kings might even have the advantage in that case to have a brighter future because of their ability to draft better sooner.
One thing I will say, because we're doing comparisons with Golden State, not anybody else right now. Scott Perry, again, got to be given time, got to prove it. I get that. But the most recent work in terms of draft here in Sacramento, not anywhere else, the most recent work we have from him, I'm sorry, but it's been decent. We got a guy that is rookie of the month in
Maxime
Raynaud. We have a Dylan Cardwell who could end up being a piece that can be helpful off the bench for this team. We have a Neat Clifford who, I know the word on the street is still out on him. Sure. But I think, again, he could be a versatile piece that could be helpful, when they once get their starters in place.
And he was the 24th pick, not the 8th.
Exactly. So it's not like he came here and just bombed this first draft class.
Right.
Give him a little bit of credit. Yeah. I know we want to go hard on the guy, but give him a little credit for the guys that he did bring in this year.
If anything, the draft is the one shining star for Scott Perry at this point.
Star, not scar.
Star, not scar.
We don't want that yet.
The free agency signings, not so much in that first year. We'll take the break. Speaking of the draft, Kevin O'Connor has his latest mock draft out for Yahoo. And it's interesting where he has certain guys going and who he has the Sacramento Kings taking at 4. We'll go over that. None of these guys we're going to talk about, though, are playing in the Final Four in the men's March Madness tournament. But there are still some picks who are mid to late lottery worth keeping an eye on. We'll tell you about those guys a little bit, too. You're listening to Matt and Kayla on a Friday, Sactown Sports.
Tonight, Kings and Pelicans.
Tip off at 7. Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Is Sactown Sports 1140.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need, from reliable printers to high-performance copiers. We'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729 or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Tune in every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the Toyota Tahoe Report with Johnny Mosley and me, Elena, bringing you the latest weather conditions up at Tahoe. Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers, Toyota. Let's go places.
Sacramento. Get ready because the Sactown Sports Live events calendar is packed with can't-miss shows all season long. It all starts April 28th with Benjamin Todd live at Ace of Spades. Then May 9th, big night, big choices. Laugh with Tim Allen at Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Or catch the iconic Seal live at Thunder Valley Casino Resort, happening on the same night. Rock lives on May 16th when Jason Bonham brings his Led Zeppelin evening to Hard Rock Live Sacramento. And don't miss Lenny Kravitz May 22nd at Thunder Valley Casino Resort. June 6th, sing along with Richard Marx also at Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Then catch all the summer vibes July 10th with Rascal Flatts at Lake Tahoe Amphitheater at Caesars Republic. August keeps the party going with Kane Brown at Ironstone Amphitheater August 16th and Ty Myers August 22nd at Lake Tahoe Amphitheater at Caesars Republic. From comedy to rock to country, if it's live, it's here. Check the Sactown Sports Live events calendar and plan your next night out today.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
I'm going to spend way too much money tonight, Kayla. The A's just put out a photo of some of the new Sacramento gear in their team store.
Yeah.
Because they're finally actually, acknowledging us as a city that they're playing in.
Nice.
West Sacramento, technically.
West Sacramento, yes. It's nice. You like it?
I'm going to, just knowing me, what my wife is going to want, what my son's
The
going to
kiddo.
want. My son's just going to want cotton candy, so that's expensive enough. I'm going to spend
But you're going to get gear.
I'm going to spend too much money tonight. Yeah, because
So you're
it's
gonna
like
come in on Monday with
it's
it.
collectibles. Like I'm wearing the only
I know, I do love
Sacramento
that.
hat that they had last year.
Really cool.
There is the new Sacramento gold jersey, which I'm looking
Sure.
forward to taking a look. I don't know if I'm gonna hold Johnny Doskow to his word that he's gonna get me one of those.
What's
for
that
free.
going to cost you?
I don't want to spend the money on it. I'm gonna tell Johnny, yo, you said on the show you'd get me one. But yeah, I'm gonna spend too much money on gear tonight. That's for sure. Kevin O'Connor of Yahoo put out his latest mock draft for the NBA. And there are some interesting aspects to this. Now, this is based off of the order of which the teams are in tank standings right now, because obviously we don't know how the lottery is going. So, like, the Washington Wizards are the number one pick. And as we expect, AJ Devonta is going number one overall. At this point...
I think so, too.
At this point, we should just accept if you want AJ Devonta, you need the number one overall pick.
Yep.
That's just where it's at. He has Cam Boozer going number 2.
Okay.
We were reading on ESPN yesterday some of the different executives and scouts, what they're anonymously saying about the top 5 of this draft class. And the overall conversation around Cam Boozer skewed more negative. But the biggest argument for Cam Boozer is, 1, he's only 19 years old. 2, he comes from a lineage of success with his dad, Carlos Boozer. And 3, he's won at every level he's ever been at. Yeah. So why should we just expect that won't happen in the NBA? But they have Kevin O'Connor has Cam Boozer going number 2. Darius Acuff Jr. number 3, according to Kevin O'Connor.
Okay.
Here's what he says. He said on my podcast in February that Peterson was no longer a safe bet to be the first pick. In 2 months since, the sportsbook markets have begun to reflect the reality that Peterson is no longer the favorite. That could change depending upon how far the board falls, but there's also a chance Peterson could fall even lower than 3rd. Some general managers around the league value Acuff over Peterson, as the Stein line has reported. Matt George also talked about that on this show, but don't worry about that. Acuff is not as tall as Peterson, and he's far worse a defender. But he's a wiry scorer who can get a bucket from anywhere on the floor with a quick trigger, slippery handle, and a feel for manipulating defenses. And much like Peterson, Acuff can thrive off ball as a shooter and a cutter. So,
not surprising.
Matt George talked first about the interest in Acuff around the league. Kayla Anderson talked first about the interest in Acuff in Sacramento.
Yeah. It doesn't surprise me. And again, I told you this the other day, Matt. I honestly get mad when there's too much attention on a player, then they get hyped up, and I'm like, wait, no. And then people turn against them, and they're like, well, wait, like, what can we do to tear Acuff down? And clearly, the defense has always been the thing that you look at Acuff as and are like, what? But Acuff was not talked about in this realm at all this season until pretty much the end of the season, started tournament play.
Yep.
I heard Coach Cal talk on Get Up this morning. And first of all, he has a lot of good stuff about to about the game and what he had to say about the college game. But then, of course, he talked about Acuff. And he was, again, preaching what I preached, that this man played through a foot injury a good part of the season and literally told his coach, like, I'm not coming out. Like, I'm not going to not play for my team. And I loved Cal also. He kind of did a little jab at Peterson without saying Peterson. And I was like, yeah, Cal, you're right on my level here.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. But he said, too, at the end of that game when they lost to Arizona, way overmatched in that game, by the way, Acuff came to him and apologized and was like, I'm sorry, coach. I'm sorry. And Cal's like, you don't have to apologize. But he's just a gamer, man. He's going to help some team regardless of the defense. And I know that's a negative for some people. There's going to be too much positive with this young man, I think, that's going to outweigh that. But that's just my thought.
By the way, an important element of this, too, is in this scenario, it's the Brooklyn Nets who are picking 3rd overall.
Yeah.
And they, as Kevin O'Connor points out, are in desperate need of a lead guard as well.
Yep.
So that might be another reason why he likes Darius Acuff for them. But the point is, Darius Acuff has moved into that top of the draft category or conversation.
Top 4 at least.
Will it actually happen? We don't know. But it's at least in Kevin O'Connor's eyes, he is definitely a candidate for being a top 3 pick. Who does he have? The Sacramento Kings taking at 4? Well, hey, Darren Peterson's there on the board. Doesn't matter. He has the Kings going with Caleb Wilson, 6'10" forward out of North Carolina.
Not surprising.
Says Wilson is arguably the most gifted athlete in the draft class. He's 6'10" with springs for legs, and when he's flying above the rim, finishing through contact and chasing down everything in his area code, he looks like a future cornerstone. That is why, by the time the draft rolls around, some teams might favor him over Peterson. But the case against Wilson is pretty clear, too. Despite all his positives, he hasn't shown consistency as a shooter at any level. Then a broken left hand in February and a fractured right thumb in March ended his season before he could prove himself on the biggest stage. If the Kings were to draft him, it's a gamble that he's a higher upside player because of his size, but he's raw, and it might take a while to find out what he'll become. That last line is what's interesting to me because that could spook some people. But the Kings are a perfect team for that kind of player. He might take time. He's raw. He has all the upside in the world. Guess what the Kings have? Time. Because next year might be another year that they're just trying to wait out contracts and letting him do his thing.
Yeah.
So the Kings might be a perfect team for the project, quote-unquote project that is a Caleb Wilson.
The only thing that scares me with project, though, is we also have had the conversation of, even with these veterans being back next year, some of them at least, you kind of are under the impression as a fan that whoever you're going to get, as Scott Perry is going to get, is going to be the guy, is going to be the guy that they really literally put out there is like, this is our guy moving forward. We're building around him. Like, and to have that somewhat be maybe a project, even though he's going to be playing and everything, I don't know if like that kind of scares me a little bit. Like, does it take 2 years for him to become the guy, even though you kind of just need him to start that now? Do you get what I'm saying with that? That's the only thing that kind of scares me. Oh, and well, the 3-point shot too.
Yeah, so I hear that 100%. There's a lot of wishful thinking to this, but it's okay. There's kinks that he's going to have to work out, and you don't want him to be left in the dust because if Cam Boozer starts and he's phenomenal. Let's put it in this hypothetical scenario. Caleb Wilson is not in the Rookie of the Year conversation. Acuff, Peterson, AJ, all those guys are.
Yeah.
Even Darren Peterson is, and you passed on him in this hypothetical situation. In the short term, you're like, did we make a mistake? But if he gets the reps and the time and the freedom to work through those kinks and get in the lab, work on that jump shot and develop his game, and you take that. The Kings to me.
I get what you're saying.
The Nets and the Kings are the two perfect teams in my mind to swing for the upside. It's going to take time because they can be patient. The Pacers, they're not interested in being patient. So I don't know if Caleb Wilson should even be remotely on their radar. Even the Washington Wizards to some extent. They now have Trey. They now have AD. So they're probably looking at a Cam Boozer or an AJ or a more immediate impact talent. The Utah Jazz, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So the Kings and Nets might be perfectly in that window of the right type of teams to take Caleb.
Right. And we've got YouTube chat chiming in on the conversation. And I totally get that. And, saying, I think it's Talk Horn here, is saying we have to take risks, Kayla. Mm-hmm. But that's also my argument for if Acuff comes to you, that's a risk too. But it's a risk too that I could see fitting here as well.
It's easy to imagine the immediate impact of Darius Acuff compared to the immediate impact of Caleb Wilson.
Because he's a point guard.
Caleb Wilson's immediate impact in my mind is going to be the dunks and the defense.
Correct.
Which
is
sign
fine.
Me up.
Which is absolutely fine.
But the development of the 3-point shot, it's two sides of one coin.
Yeah, it is.
For Acuff, it's the development of the defense.
Mm-hmm. It's like I think Acuff has a little more of that like leader, like ready to go now, kind of like I'm ready to take on a little weight of the organization. That's the vibe I get from Acuff.
The word that I think you're going for that at least makes sense in my brain is established.
Yes.
I think Darius Acuff Jr. is a little more established than Caleb Wilson.
Correct.
But Caleb Wilson has so much potential as a freaking unbelievable athlete
that
the Kings have been yearning for forever.
Sure.
I'm starting to really, really like the idea of Caleb Wilson in Sacramento.
Yeah, I'm not against it. I would not be mad.
So, Kings, Caleb Wilson at 4. Then Kevin O'Connor has the Utah Jazz getting Darren Peterson at 5.
I'm sorry. That's almost a perfect fit for them.
That's a huge
get.
That's
a huge get for them.
Some could argue, is it redundant that you now have Ace Bailey and Darren Peterson? I don't know if Will Hardy's the right guy to get Darren Peterson in line, but there's expectations of, hey, man, you're coming in here to contribute right away.
Yeah.
That would be a pretty, if Utah ended up with the 5th pick and Peterson fell to them at 5, that's probably
be pretty good.
Damn good draft for the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, and just team. Because remember what they did this free agency period? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they
pretty much have put their team together.
You mean the trade deadline?
Or trade deadline. Yeah, sorry.
Trading for Jaren Jackson Jr.? Yeah. No, the Jazz are going to be legit next year. Last thing I want to bring up from this really quick. Kevin O'Connor doesn't have Kingston Fleming's getting taken until 9 to the Chicago Bulls.
That's actually surprising that
I just think people are starting to see what I'm seeing.
But some people just will not get off that train. Some people just are still on the Kingston Flemings like out of all the guards. And I don't get it either. But I think he's been dropping too. So I don't know. To each is your own, I guess.
I might be. We might all be missing something.
But we had the writer on that even said, there's not maybe one particular thing that awed him.
If he seems perfect for that 7, 8, 9 range to me, perfect. Not at 4 or 5 where the Kings hopefully will end up being at, if not higher than that, of course. We'll take the break. When we come back, it's time for Kayla's 2-minute drill, including a big retirement announcement. Kayla will tell us about that and all the other big stories around the NFL. Coming up next, it's Matt and Kayla, Sactown Sports.
Tonight, Kings and Pelicans. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner.
Starts at 5:30 with tip-off at 7. Listen to your Sacramento Kings.
On the official home of Kings basketball, Sactown Sports 1140.
If your business depends on reliable vehicles, it's time to upgrade your fleet at myelkgrovechevrolet.com. We specialize in fleet pricing, bulk discounts, and fast approvals, so your team stays on the road and on the job. From work, trucks, and vans to fuel-efficient sedans and SUVs, we have the inventory, service, and financing to keep your business moving. Call or visit myelkgrovechevrolet.com today and ask about exclusive fleet savings. myelkgrovechevrolet.com. Driving business forward.
There are many reasons to choose Gonzalez Law Offices as a dedicated trial lawyer with an undefeated record from 2016 through 2019, and you'll know that no case is too big or too small. Due to his success, hard work, and commitment to excellence, attorney Jonathan Gonzalez has been listed in Super Lawyers Rising Stars, as well as in the top 40 under 40 list by National Trial Lawyers. You can find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call him at 916-304-9187.
Progressive knows you could have easily taken the freeway, but you took the scenic route to see a waterfall and an oddly busy boiled peanut stand. Discovering the unexpected is exactly why you bought an RV, so protect it with a bundle from Progressive. Because although you may be 3 hours behind schedule, you're 6 jars of jam richer and possibly enrolled in a butter churning workshop. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to carshield.com. That's carshield.com today.
Sacramento! Now you've got a place for all things dance.
The all-new Energy 100.5 HD2.
Where dance music lives. Dance vibes anytime and any place when you get the free Now 100.5 app.
Or listen at 100.5 HD2.
It's time for the 2-minute drill. Kayla Anderson has the ball, and she's taking us around the world of football. It's Kayla's 2-minute drill on Matt and Kayla.
Kayla, what is going on around the world of the NFL today?
Ooh, I love this part of the show. Let's just get my headphones here rocking. I gotta be able to hear everybody here. I'm not gonna lie, guys. This was a slow day for the 2-minute drill, so I'm gonna make it as fun and entertaining as I can.
Okay.
But we are in that another 2 weeks slower time as we get ready for the NFL draft. Just coming from the owners' meetings, we had all this. It was like a, what's it called? Content vomit.
Yes.
We just had like a content vomit. Now we've cleaned it up.
This feels like the exhale because there was all the owner meeting stuff. So the beginning of the week was super busy. The draft is right around the corner. So right now we're in kind of the before
like,
the next breath.
You got the medication, you got everything because it was a vomit. So like, clean up on aisle 9. Like you're now just resting. And then you're going to be ready to go party again. Okay.
Well, Kayla just told us about her past with that statement right there.
No, never. Okay, let's get started on the 2-minute drill. And we'll start off with a kind of a sad one, but what a heck of a career. Goodbye, Gilmore. So Stefon Gilmore, the incredible cornerback in the NFL, has announced his retirement officially on Instagram. He's clearly not been extremely relevant the past few years. He's 35 years old, but he's made it official. Heck of a career, though. I think one of the best to do it in the last 15 years at that position. 2-time All-Pro. Of course, in 2019, that Defensive Player of the Year award. In 2019, he led the NFL when he got the award with 6 interceptions, 20 passes defended. I think we remember him a lot from his time with the Patriots where he won a Super Bowl in 2018, but he was drafted by the Bills and spent some time there. In 2012 is when he was drafted. So he's done a lot of great things in his career. I think, again, one of those names when you think cornerback and you bring up his name, you think like the greatest of his time.
13 years. He played 180 total games. 173 of them were starts.
Yep.
32 interceptions over that career. I'd say that's a pretty job well done from a phenomenal cornerback in Stefon Gilmore. So congratulations to him.
I think it's also a position, we talk about quarterback being such a difficult position and just the mental part of it and the smarts that come along with it. The cornerback is always considered the quarterback of the defense. Mm-hmm. And it is, you have to play it and to play it at a high level for a long time, you have to be smart. You have to have all the physical attributes. And like, he's just one of those few players, though, that you can think of that had that long-lasting career that you can check off all those boxes.
It's also, to me, the position that there are the most rules created to actively work against you.
Oh, 100%.
Like, to defend without, not fouling, but without picking up a flag in the modern NFL, as a cornerback, and it's been that way for the last decade, really.
Yeah.
I don't know how y'all do it.
Because it's like you have to be a physical cornerback nowadays, but you're also going to be at risk of getting the flag. So it's a fine line that you have to kind of walk there terms of that position.
Can we also be honest, too? You have to be kind of a psychopath to play cornerback.
Well, that's why that's a position I wanted to play. I've always been asked that.
You
That's
have to
my
be
position.
stupid competitive in general.
Yeah.
You have to have a mean side. You have to be a freak
you have to talk,
athlete.
you know what?
Man, being a cornerback, you have to be a special breed of athlete, and I love it.
I know. It's fun. All right, next up, we did get some news today, guys. 49ers fans, Raiders fans, get excited because we're slowly getting close to guys coming back to the field, not to play necessarily, but we are talking about the offseason schedule. It is set. I'm going to start really quick with the San Francisco 49ers.
Okay.
So the 49ers, OTA offseason workouts, reminder, those are not mandatory, guys, but most players go to that. The only players that don't usually go are players that are veterans that, like Derrick Henry, he would never go to OTAs because he had his own off-season workout plans. But those are few and far between. Usually you get pretty good attendance with the voluntary workouts. For San Francisco, exactly.
It's like summer camp.
It's like summer camp. For San Francisco, May 27th through the 29th, so right around our birthdays, June 1st, and then June 3rd through the 4th. Those are the off-season dates. Mandatory minicamp, June 9th through the 10th. So those are the dates coming up that you can expect to talk a little bit more about what these guys are doing on the field.
Question for you, as someone who covered the NFL so closely, because I only went to training camps and practices during the season. I never went to OTAs.
Oh, I went to all of them.
I never went to mandatory mini camps. I know obviously it's from the Tennessee perspective and they don't do the same things that the Niners do, but what was the purpose primarily of those days? Why would those days be so important for a fan to be interested in?
I think for fans, obviously you don't get to go to these practices until it's actually training camp. But from a news perspective and a news standpoint, first of all, you're getting in the rookies. So you'll actually have rookie minicamp too that's added to this list. You're going to see the rookies for the first time, and then once the OTAs start, you get the rookies and the veterans mixing together. That's where all the storylines come into play. Clearly, every team has their different reasons for what they're getting excited about for the season. Is it a new quarterback in the mix? Kyler Murray's up with the Vikings now. So there's always just things that start to come together with these players getting together for the first time. Even if it's just workouts, you're getting to talk with these guys and talk about their offseason and all of that. So it will make for content for sure. So 49ers fans, get excited. Those dates are coming up. The Raiders, I don't have it up right now, but it's probably going to be around the same time. But the biggest thing for the Raiders is their rookie minicamp. And Fernando Mendoza.
Get Fernando involved. Let's see Max Crosby show up. Get Kirk Cousins there. Man, I'm excited.
It's going to be fun. I know, seeing how those two work together as well. Next up, waiting in the wings. So this is a little bit off the field when it comes to the NFL, but something that is really intriguing. So if you guys don't know this, and many of you probably do, ESPN secured its $3 billion purchase of the NFL Network recently. So now a lot of people have wondered, those NFL reporters, the NFL talent on the network, how will it get absorbed by ESPN? Because they're not going to absorb everybody. They are going to probably, though, give some deals right now in the next few months or several months to some prominent names. But this was interesting. Ian Rappaport, who was the NFL Network's Adam Schefter, is now probably coming over to ESPN, and they're probably going to sign him to a deal. And the whole long-term plan for ESPN, which I think is crazy, they're coming out with this and pretty much saying, hey, Adam Schefter, your time is ticking. Your days of our lives, the little thing, the sand thing where it goes and it falls out. This is what's reminding me of what's going on with Schefter right now. Adam Schefter is 60 years old.
Never knew that.
Are you freaking kidding me? Because I at first was like, why is this even a thing? He's 60 years old, and according to Front Office Sports, they are looking to pretty much bring Ian Rappaport in to eventually take over Schefter's spot, as well as Daniel Jeremiah, who's recently with the NFL Network to take over for Mel Kiper Jr. as the draft expert.
So here's the thing. I had no idea that Schefter was 60. But also, in the game that he plays, in the media game, the information game, why does that mean he's close to being done? Unless he wants to be done.
Right.
Why can't he keep doing what he's doing until he's 70 or beyond? Like,
that's the thing I thought with the Mel Kiper. Is like, Mel Kiper, what is Mel Kiper going to do? Mel Kiper's going to retire. He's going to be the draft guy until the day he dies.
They're going to just keep going.
Yeah.
So if I'm Schefter, I'm going, I'm good. No one even knew I was 60.
That's what's weird is like I'm like, did he know about this report coming out that this is their eventual plans? And look, is this going to happen overnight? No. But I'll tell you this much. Ian Rappaport is going to demand a pretty penny when it comes to signing him. And for me, the way that I know ESPN works is they don't just pay everybody that amount of money. And especially having two guys there that do the same thing, that's not how ESPN operates. ESPN operates by they hire a talent, they wear them down to the ground. I'm serious. They put them in every type of coverage possible.
Pat McAfee, Stephen A. Smith, I don't know.
Laura Rutledge, the name goes on and on in terms of they put one person in a spot and they make them do multiple things. So then they're just going to hire two guys that do the same thing and pay them a big amount of money.
A Spider-Man meme.
I don't know what they're doing.
Well, that's the whole point of like an ESPN NFL Network merger that sucks is that now there's even less jobs for media people because they all work for the same company.
Yeah. So it'll be something to monitor, and I really truly want to know, like, what does Adam Schefter feel?
I want inner ESPN beef where there's a polarizing story, like the Max Crosby story.
Yeah.
And one side is saying, the Ravens this, and the other side saying the Raiders that, and they're just like, ooh, who's right?
Oh, you mean like that one time that Woj said James Harden was not going to get traded by the Brooklyn Nets, and Windhorst was saying, no, he's definitely going to get traded?
Right.
And then he got traded?
Well, is that kind of like Shams is newer, right? Shams exploded.
Relatively.
He exploded onto ESPN's platform, at least. When
he
Brian
was at Yahoo at first, and was very good at Yahoo.
Woj was his protege.
But I'm talking about like them together. Like Brian is not like a newsbreaker, but he kind of does that.
Windhorst?
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah.
But like it's like Shams kind of was on a different level, so I wouldn't compare anybody to Shams in terms of bringing them on. But like Schefter and Rappaport are very similar.
The Woj's and
very
Shams
similar
of the NFL. Yeah.
Woj Shams is Schefter Rappaport, but what's funny is that Woj basically retired from the game, kind of like ESPN's expecting Schefter will do, and there was no replacement. It's just Shams and a couple other people who like break small news.
Woj is now
Whose team are you on?
Team Schefter or Team Rappaport?
Yeah.
Screw Schefter. I'm Rappaport.
Really?
Yeah, I think
Schefter sucks.
I think I low-key lean Rappaport, but I don't have
Okay, David Jackson, take a chill pill in the YouTube chat. Take a chill pill.
What happened?
Oh, because he thought I said, I didn't say Rappaport.
Yeah, emphasize
Just
the
chill
T.
out.
Scream
Chill out.
the T. I need the T needs to be the most obvious consonant in that in what you say. Don't get it wrong.
Come talk for 4 hours.
Don't mess it up again.
Come on down, David.
If I don't hear a T,
come on down.
If I don't hear a T,
Goodness
I'm going to comment
gracious.
about it on YouTube. Watch yourself, Kayla. Stefon, is it Steven? Stefan? I don't know.
Stefon Gilmore joins
I'm always
us
confused.
now.
It's Steven when they spell it with PH because Stefon Castle just screwed it all up for me.
He did.
Steven, I see you on hold. You want to talk about Cam Boozer? We'll chat with you to start the final hour of the show, and then we'll dive into the weekend for the Kings. They're taking on the Pelicans tonight. The Clippers on Easter Sunday. Other games during the weekend to keep an eye out for, and how important Sunday's game is for the Clippers in particular. And, of course, we got to dive into the injury report. That's all to come in the next segment. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Tonight, Kings and Pelicans. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner.
Starts at 5:30 with tip-off at 7. Listen to your Sacramento Kings.
On the official home of Kings basketball, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Granger. Granger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Spring is in the air, and Aleve's long-lasting pain relief is here to keep you moving. The days are longer, and the flowers are blooming. Whether it's gardening, yard work, or just spending more time outdoors, spring has a way of getting us moving despite any body pain. That's where Aleve can keep you going. With just one dose, Aleve gives you long-lasting body pain relief for up to 12 hours. From sunup to sundown, Aleve's got your back. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Switchfoot Live. Friday, April 24th, 7 p.m., the venue at Thunder Valley. With Fuel. And Lit. And Thomas Ian Nicholas. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. One incredible night with Switchfoot, Fuel, and Lit. Together live.
On top of home and auto, Progressive protects your boat, RV, and motorcycle so you can explore the unknown.
Actually, we just take the RV to the same campground every year.
Well, maybe you can catch your own dinner on your boat.
Oh, we can actually get pizza delivered there from this brick oven place we love.
Will you at least try a new topping?
Honestly, probably not. We kind of have a go-to order.
Fine. Just bundle home or auto insurance with your outdoor vehicles with Progressive and stay protected when you go, I guess, where you've gone before. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to CarShield.com. That's CarShield.com today.
To infinity and the ballpark. Join the Sacramento Rivercats for Toy Story Night on Saturday, April 11th, and then bring your best furry friend to Bark in the Park on Sunday, April 12th at Sutter Health Park. Get your tickets at rivercats.com.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She could get a deal. Book telehealth if she feel.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140. It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
Welcome back in. Final hour of the show before we get into a preview of the weekend for the Sacramento Kings beginning tonight with the Kings taking on the New Orleans Pelicans inside of the Golden One Center. Steven is nice enough to hang on through the break to chat with us. Steven wants to talk about Cam Boozer. What up, Steven?
What up, guys? How's it going? Good. Man, so
it's good. Sorry, my mic wasn't on.
Dude, no, you're all good. So, first off, on a side note, Stefan, it's like me. It's like if I were to drop the A from your name, Kayla. You know what I mean?
gosh, every time I walk into that green coffee place, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to give out free plugs here, but every time I walk into the green coffee place, they say Stefon, dude, it's like a dagger to my heart, bro.
I sincerely apologize.
Well, I messed up Rappaport today.
Yeah, and the chat ran with that, boy, didn't they? Okay, so there's something, Cam Boozer's lack of athleticism, like he doesn't jump out the gym or anything like that. He's not no De'Aaron Fox back when he was actually, leaping. But there's something incredibly attractive about Cam Boozer, and even with his lack of athleticism, he screams off the page to be a winner, right? Because, even with the lack of athleticism, I really feel like he has really high basketball IQ. You know what I mean? That his high basketball IQ makes up for the lack of athleticism. So I feel like that's something that's really attractive. Also, with how deep this draft is, I do kind of see the method to the narrative of like, okay, next year might be another throwaway type of a year for the Kings, right? But even if we were to get someone, let's say, God, please don't let this happen, but let's just say we fall to like 6 or 7, you know what I mean? We don't hit that 8 spot.
6, 7.
But, we kind of get out of that top 5. Let's say we draft somebody. They don't, it's kind of like, all right, we're going to sit on them for this next year. But then 2027 comes around, even though that's, a lot of our contracts are going to get off the books at that year too. This kid, whoever it could be, let's say it's Caleb Wilson, he could blossom into somebody else.
Steven, I appreciate the call. I remember 2 different draft analysts that we talked to saying similar things along the lines of the Sacramento Kings are looking for sustained success. Mm-hmm. And the best player in this draft to bring sustained success is Cam Boozer. Mm-hmm. That's just 2 draft experts' opinions, but Cam Boozer, the argument for Cam for sustainable success is obviously there.
It's just so funny because, we have 2 sides in terms of this, like calls like this in terms of, the high IQ and it's kind of a safer pick and sustainability and all that stuff. And then you've got the crowd that I have mentioned earlier is like, we got to take a risk, Kayla. And I get that part of it too. And we talked about that with Darren Peterson when he was more so the guy that we were debating about. Mm-hmm. Now he's just kind of fallen, but he's still in that category of risky, a little too risky for me, but risky in terms of what you could eventually get out of him. So there's I think it's to each is your own.
Yep.
When it comes to that, I don't know where I fall with that. I'm kind of in the middle, I guess.
And a lot of that will also be determined by when we get the specifics of who's playing or who's picking where, right?
Yeah.
That's the big part of the conversation as well. The Kings, well, in order to get one of those top picks, they need to have a top pick, and all they can do is put themselves in as good of a position for draft lottery odds as possible right now. But the other side of that is, well, winning basketball games.
There's a star right there.
Seems to be there's a value in that in the eyes of the Sacramento Kings. Winning games right now, even on the back of some of the veterans like DeMar DeRozan and Precious Achiuwa in Toronto a couple of nights ago. So the Kings take on the Pelicans tonight.
Okay.
I saw one of the first comments that I saw in the YouTube comment section this morning when we first started the show was, DeMar DeRozan better not be playing tonight. Well.
Wait a second.
He is.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to hit me with some breaking news or something.
According to the injury report,
okay,
DeMar DeRozan not listed on that bad boy.
Yep.
DeMar DeRozan's plan. Get used to that. It's going to be that way for the rest of the season.
That's what we said. If you probably play every game the rest of the season, unless some crazy thing
unless he
happens.
gets hurt, knock on wood,
Yeah.
DeMar DeRozan's plan. There's no back-to-backs left. DeMar DeRozan is going to play.
Yep.
We'll see how that impacts things in tonight's game in particular. Now, who's not playing tonight amongst the normal cast of characters, Domantas Sabonis, Keegan Murray, Zach LaVine, DeAndre Hunter, Drew Eubanks. Russell Westbrook once again out. Again, I don't know if he's ever going to play again for the Kings this season.
Doesn't look like it.
It doesn't feel like it. Mm-mm. He's once again out with his toe injury management. Malik Monk, who did return and did play alongside DeMar DeRozan in Toronto, Malik Monk is out for personal reasons.
Okay.
And Kyle made a note here that Monk was listed as questionable with shoulder soreness an hour ago or a couple hours ago. Now is out.
Monk was?
Yeah.
Huh.
Now is out due to personal reasons.
Okay.
No idea what those are. Personal reasons are always open for speculation. All we can do is just hope that everything's okay.
Absolutely.
But Malik Monk is
pizza guy. Hope it's okay.
He's not going to play.
I'm a pizza guy.
He's not going to play tonight for the Kings. So
okay.
Their chances of losing got a little bit better.
Sure.
So that's good. But yes, DeMar DeRozan is playing. Neek, Max, Precious, all still playing. And as we saw in Toronto, Precious and DeMar can win you games between the two of them.
That was the whole point of you can have all these other guys out, and it just feels like though when you have one of those veterans like either Russ or DeMar or both of them in, and the way that Precious Achiuwa is going on a terrorizing tear through just teams this year, especially teams he played for, you can't count him out. And it's I know the Pelicans are better this year, but we're not talking about the Spurs here. And it's at home. It's back at home where, again, they started that other win streak a couple weeks ago. Now, I am going to the game tonight, so, I'd like to somewhat see a win. But
Kayla,
I'm okay if it's just a good game.
Kayla,
I'm okay if it's just a good game.
She hasn't seen the beam yet, Matt.
Stop it.
I actually have not seen the beam in person.
We'll show it to you next season. How about that?
Put it on hold.
Wow. So Matt would rather Kayla's beautiful nephews be sad.
Yes. Because they're going to be sad supporting a team that's trash forever unless they get a good freaking pick. They're going to be sad like me. They're going to be like me. You want your nephews to be like me?
I don't. No, I do not.
Well, then don't take him to the Kings.
Then keep him away.
I know. I was being a nice auntie.
This is going to be your Joker origin story for one of the nephews.
Tell them they are there to watch Zion. That is what they are there for. Be happy that they're there to watch Zion.
Oh, my
and
nephew
nothing
knows.
Else.
My nephew who plays
By the
hoops.
Way, watch Precious
He knows.
just dominate Zion tonight.
That'd be great.
Watch Precious. No, it would not.
What if they still lose by a point? Then that's fine. I want to see a competitive game, but if the Kings lose, it's not the end of the world because again, they're helping their draft status. But I don't want to see a blowout, okay?
I'm sitting at Sutter Health Park and it's the bottom of the 9th inning. And I look up and see a beam in the sky.
Oh.
I'm running down on the field and
should I just text you and say beam?
No. Don't
I'll
text
just
me at
text
all. No,
Matt and
I
say,
don't want to see anything.
Okay,
any
so
of you.
Beam this.
This is the tough part about it because I was there last year for the one time that it happened. Because of the stadium lights, you can't see the beam.
Okay, got
but
it.
if you go into the parking lot,
okay,
you can definitely see the beam.
Well, that
I
probably
don't
not going to
want
happen.
to see the beam, period, tonight, okay?
So
Matt is going to get very mad if that
Nick
happens.
Kurtz is going to hit a walk-off home run, and you and your son are going to have forged a lifelong memory. And on the walk back to the parking lot, you're going to see a beam.
I've got a deal to make, Kyle.
What's that?
If I don't get to see a win, then Matt don't get to see a win.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're talking about two
I
completely
don't
different
care.
circumstances here. That's Seattle Kayla coming out,
don't
and that's
care.
nope. That is irrelevant.
I am not from Seattle for the 18th millionth time.
I'm from Spoke
I'm from
Compton. I'm gonna bust you. I'm gonna kill you if you say that again.
Exactly.
You call me Kyla, and I will kill you.
You sound like that one character from Toy Story.
It's not the same thing. We want the A's to win.
Mrs. Potato Head, that's what you sound like.
Oh, I did have a potato
There's
head.
hope with the A's, okay, Kayla? Don't squash it yet. Just because your baseball team's good doesn't mean mine can't be too.
Well, not too good to start the season. Kyle, I don't need you to chime in on that. I know my team's not good right now.
The Mariners are good.
All right, Kyle.
The Mariners are good. They're going to win the AL West.
All right.
All I was going to say is that I got the Astros in our mini-series today, so I'm with you, Kayla.
Well, I don't even have a team, guys, in my mini-series today. I believe both of my teams play Saturday.
What?
You didn't have a team play yesterday.
I don't know if I do today either. We're going to have to figure this out.
Kayla, what are you doing?
It's not my fault.
Yes,
I didn't
it
have
is
as
your
many to
fault.
pick from.
Yes, it is your fault.
No, it's your fault.
Matt,
for
if she
starting the
picked
game.
somehow the only two teams that don't play on a Friday.
No, she has the Brewers. They play the Royals.
Oh, okay.
And you also, who else do you have? We'll get to this later on in the next segment.
I have the Padres.
And the Padres are playing the Red Sox. Yeah. So,
well, they're already losing, so that game's already
so you're going to have the Brewers tonight, and then you'll have the Padres tomorrow.
Oh, thanks for deciding for me.
You have no choice.
Padres are already getting whooped by the Red Sox.
You're lucky we're giving you Saturday.
No, actually, goodness. Matt, no. She should be allowed to take the Padres if she wants.
If they're losing.
It's 5-2 in the 7th inning.
No, I will pass on that.
Don't yell at me.
You sure you don't believe in Miguel Andujar and apparently Gavin Sheets?
Hey, don't disrespect former A Miguel Andujar.
I love Miguel Andujar. He's just the 5-hitter on my team now instead of the 5-hitter on the A's.
Sean Miller says, Matt G is going to angrily stomp across the Tower Bridge to confront Kayla if he sees a beam.
You're
damn right.
I'm
meeting you outside the Golden One Center.
Well, we're each on side of the bridge and we draw.
Draw what? Like a painting?
Pellet guns. Not real. Just the pellets.
That was Kayla admitting she wants to shoot me.
And then we pull and then see who goes quick.
Why are you so violent? Why do you want to hurt people?
You would hand Matt that, he'd be like, what do I do with this?
Okay, super soakers.
That's a long bridge. I mean, it's not that long. Kayla wants to shoot me on the Tower Bridge is what she just said.
Like an old Western. It is right by Old Sac.
I would so totally miss, by the way. Like, I'd get to my gun first, and then I'd pull the trigger first, and I would miss.
Oh, you'd be like, what is it, Back to the Future?
Is that what happens in that movie?
I think the third one.
I don't remember.
Marty McFly?
I would have the reflexes. I would turn, pow, shoot right over your shoulder, and then you could just take your time.
What are those, the things
Revolvers.
No. The ones that are just, they shock you. We could use those. Tasers.
Kayla,
what?
No.
It's less violent.
I don't want to be tased by
It's less violent, she says.
You know what you're getting at.
Wait, hold on. So how
have
we gone from pellet gun to super soaker to taser?
I don't know.
Why are we going back up?
We did go back up.
I know, we did.
Can we stop at
How about paintballs?
No, they hurt. Although
no, they don't.
Paintballing is really fun. Well, it depends.
It is.
Because you could have those jerks that freeze their paintballs and actually do that.
Oh,
those are the worst type of people, and I've dealt with those people at paintball fields before.
Arenas.
Yeah. Are they arenas? Yeah.
I don't know. So you were a big paintballer.
I'm not a big paintballer, but I've gone like 4 or 5 times. Had a great time every time.
Ours was, we had a
those
place in Spokane. Hurt. They do. It was called Laser Quest. So they had laser tag and paintball. Whatever.
Those are two very different things.
So it just was owned by the same people?
Yeah.
So outside was paintball and then inside was laser tag? Mm-hmm. Choose your level. Do you want pain or no?
Pain.
Laser tag's fun. I can't wait to take my son to
want
laser tag.
pain.
I feel like it's just an age difference, right? At a certain age, you.
Kayla's scaring me. Kayla's scaring me. She's suggesting things and she just said, I want pain, into her microphone and looked at me in the eyes. Kayla's scaring me.
Kayla's gonna get on the bridge and just tase herself.
I don't want to
oh
be
my
here
gosh.
anymore.
They don't call you a Gemini for nothing. You should know this.
I ain't like that.
We got 2 sides to it.
I ain't like that.
What is your moon? You know, that's probably the difference there.
Oh, goodness.
I ain't like
By
that.
the way, again, if you're just joining this show for the first time in 3 months,
Hi.
Matt and I have literally, our birthdays are 23rd and 24th of May.
Yeah.
So.
And apparently she wants to hurt me on the Tower Bridge because of it.
Showdown.
No, but that's only if the Kings win, right? If the Kings lose, it's fine.
Right.
Yeah. That's what we want. A's win, Kings lose, everybody has a great Friday. Happy Easter.
Kings lose in a buzzer beater.
Sure.
Well, no, but because then your nephews are going to cry, and then you're going to have to explain to them, no, this is good.
Why is that our problem?
What?
Them crying?
Because I have to deal with it, and then you guys got to deal with me being grumpy on air.
We don't have
bring
to
Cheez-Its. We'll be fine.
I was like, we don't have to see you for like 60 hours.
I did. By the way, I'm sorry. I bought that thing of Cheez-Its. You guys maybe got a cup, and then I ate the rest.
She decimated the whole thing. I got 1 cup, and she decimated that.
You're lucky I poured you the 1 cup, because I poured one for myself, and I was like, you know what? I should just pour it for everyone. If I hadn't, Kayla would have smoked the whole thing.
I know. Sorry, guys.
Listen, I'm a married man. I know if I bring home certain snacks from the grocery store, I will not get any of them. any of them. They'll be gone next day.
That was supposed to be your makeup. That was supposed to be.
You guys got a cup full.
Yeah, but what am I going to do? Tell Kayla, please stop eating the cheeses? I'm not stupid. It's like a rabid dog eating it, and you try and reach and take their food bowl away.
Oh, my God.
You're just dumb. Oh, the dog bit my hand. Yeah, idiot, because you put your hand there.
Rabid dog is.
I'll work on another box for you guys to
you're
bring
fine.
in.
It's okay. You've paid the penance of Cheez-It tithing.
Hey, look, Brick Ripsaw.
You get bonus points.
He said probably not a highly rated show today. Look,
says
it's the end of the week. We got a little bit of freedom to just go off the rails.
Says who?
Come
I'm
on,
having
Ripsaw.
a great time.
Or Saw. Ripsaw.
You're still here and commenting.
Ripsaw. Say that 14 times. Brick Ripsaw. Brick Ripsaw. Brick Ripsaw.
You're 0 for 3.
Brick Ripsaw?
Yeah.
Why
in our YouTube chat.
Why don't you go meet Brick Ripsaw on the Tower Bridge? Get mad at him instead of me, okay? Stop trying to come at me.
By the way, before we move on, Kayla, bonus points for the white cheddar Cheez-Its, too.
Yes.
Thank you. I listened to you guys, and I actually told you guys I got the original.
You did. You lied to us, and then April Fool's us.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did get April Fool. Man, it's been an interesting week, huh?
It really has.
We say that at the end of every week.
Yeah, but this one in particular has been pretty interesting.
It's been fun.
Sean Mallard says, Kayla is the weapons expert for the Sac Region FBI. I'd believe it. With the amount of lives that you've lived.
Oh.
What?
That might be a career that when I'm all done with TV and radio. FBI.
A second career working the weapons department of the FBI.
What do you think? You just apply on LinkedIn?
Come find me. FBI.
Hi, FBI. I would like to apply as your weapons expert. Here are my credentials. I worked on a radio show.
Come find me, FBI. I gotcha.
You say that, Matt, but the FBI does have a jobs page on LinkedIn, so who looks silly now?
What is one job on there? What is the first job on the FBI's LinkedIn?
Posted 1 day ago, special agent, accounting, finance background in the Oklahoma City metro area.
Nope, not for me. It says accounting. Nope.
Okay, how about special agent, healthcare services, medical background?
Okay, are we just calling special agent? Like, you're not a
How about special agents like homicide department or something?
There's a linguistics expert in Atlanta, Georgia.
Kayla Anderson, special agent / assassin.
If I still knew Spanish, which, by the way, I used to know very well, that would have worked.
What happened?
I just lost it. Like, once you stop speaking Spanish, it's hard to relearn. Like, not hard to relearn, but you lose the language. But I loved speaking it when I did, know how to speak it.
Here we go. A federal police officer in the Baltimore area. That you could probably get access to some weapons in that.
Kayla as a police officer would be terrifying.
Ooh. Do not want a body cam.
No. Don't say that.
Sorry if you're tuning in for sports.
It's a joke, people.
What? The body cams. They wear them. We used to have a lot of officers police officers that listened to our show and would call in Nashville. So call in if you think I would be good on the force.
You're just going to have to sit in this one for a sec, Kayla.
The Kings play the Clippers on Easter Sunday.
Oh,
boy. The special agent with a legal background in the El Paso area. You want that?
Let's quit while we're
don't want to leave.
Very far behind. Let's just quit while we're behind.
Yeah, DG coming to town.
Darius Garland.
Yeah.
In the building.
Mm-hmm.
That game is actually very essential for the Clippers.
Yeah.
I don't know if they play another game before that. I actually should double check that. But right now, they play the Spurs as well. They're probably going to lose that game.
Mm-hmm.
They play the Spurs tonight. Thank you, Kyle. The Clippers are half a game out of the 8th spot. Oh, wait, they already lost to the Spurs?
That was my bad. I read the date wrong. Their next game is Sunday. They lost
all control.
They already
of this
lost
segment,
that
guys.
game.
Reset.
Goodness gracious.
My bad. Their next game is Sunday. They already lost that Spurs game.
The Clippers are half a game out of the 8th seed.
Okay.
They're currently in the 9th spot, right? They're trying to catch Portland in the 8th spot. The difference between 9 and 8 is
huge,
massive in the plan. I know it's just one spot, but if you get to the 8 compared to the 9, you basically have an extra life. If you get to the 9 spot, in the 8th spot, in the 9th spot, you technically have home court advantage in that first game. You get to host that first game. Not that that means anything because the Kings got absolutely rinsed as the 9th spot last year by the Dallas Mavericks. So it doesn't mean anything. In the 8th spot, you play the 7th team, the 7th seed, which as of right now is who? Who is the 7th seed? Phoenix, thank you. And that's a good team.
That's a really good team.
So you would have to play them in Phoenix. If you win, you're the 7th seed. Congratulations. You get to play the Spurs or something. Yeah. If you lose, you get one more chance at it with whoever wins that 9-10 game.
Much better spot.
If the Clippers were to catch Portland, it would be between the Portland Trailblazers and the Golden State Warriors. I like those odds a lot better if I'm the LA Clippers.
Same here.
So that the Clippers need games like Sunday against the Sacramento Kings. So and
they also got beat by the Kings,
on their home floor
a few weeks ago or whatever it was.
Floor. So there's the revenge narrative to it in that sense. They have to win this game as well. It's an incredibly important game for the Clippers. So it's honestly to the point where if the Kings won on Sunday, of course us in Sacramento would be frustrated. It looks way worse for the Clippers if they lose that game.
Kind of like Toronto and what just happened in Toronto.
I don't want to play broadcaster's jinx here, but in all seriousness, I would be stunned if the Kings win on Sunday. Tonight, a very winnable game.
Would you stop saying this?
I'm just saying.
Every time Matt says this, it then goes the opposite way.
What do you want me to do? I'm doing a job.
I'm doing a job.
I'm doing a radio show. It's better than you talking about body cam footage.
I thought that was entertaining.
It was. It's just nerve-wracking.
It was a reverse jinx, Matt. It's like you got to say, Kings got a solid shot against the Clippers on Sunday.
No matter what I do, it's wrong. Who cares?
No matter what, it's false context.
Matt has also had a year.
I cannot wait for this season to be over, y'all.
He needs a fresh start with the
wait.
season.
And if I go to Sutter Health Park and the A's lose by freaking 10 runs.
17-3?
Bruh.
Especially
like
to
that.
Houston.
I'm just going to retire until Raiders season. And then the Raiders are going to be my hope. Like, what the hell? What kind of toxic relationship is that? My hope would be in the Raiders?
That's a wild statement that you just
My hope would
there.
be in the Raiders in my sports fandom? What the hell?
I know.
I mean, you got the worst trio.
I had a great childhood.
That's getting crazy, man.
Kings were the greatest show on court. The A's were in the playoffs all the time with stars that they didn't re-sign. The Raiders made the Super Bowl. We don't have to talk about what happened in that game. But they made it.
They haven't won a playoff game
It's
since.
your time.
Hashtag Rich Gannon.
It's your time.
I've earned it. Damn it.
Well,
I thought I had it.
Also, I selfishly wanted the Kings to be good.
Why? Because you're here now?
Yeah. I suffered enough with the Titans in the last few years.
Fair. Well,
still got Macklin.
Honestly. Oh, you know what? That's it. A's lose tonight. My entire identity is going into the Sharks. All of my identity, every last bit.
Well, they'll be good for a little bit.
God, I hope so. Amazing what happens when you get the number 1 overall pick. Weird.
And he's actually legit.
Weird. Huh. Might want that pick. I don't know.
By the way, the Yankees in their home opener just demolished our Finns 8-2. So Kyle and I adopted our second
I
team.
have nothing to do with those fish.
As the number 1 Miami Marlins fans in Sacramento.
For sure.
You can have that title.
I do kind of like their colors.
The neon? You like the neon stuff?
Yeah. Reminds me of the 80s. Not that I was born then, but
it's nostalgia,
Yeah.
What is this show?
I don't know.
We'll take the break. When we come back, let's check in on our MLB mini seasons. I have a chance, Kayla. You still technically do too.
Thanks, Matt.
No, you do too. You do. Hold on. You do
There
too.
it is.
You still have a chance because I slayed the beast known as Kyle Ledbetter yesterday. We'll talk about that, and we'll have Kyle's curveball before crosstalk with Whitey Gleason and Alan Stiles. It's to wrap up the week. Matt and Kayla, Sactown Sports.
Buying golf gear is easy. Buying the right golf gear, well, that's different. At Hagen Oaks, they don't just sell equipment, they fit your entire game. With TrackMan technology in the Player Performance Studio, your clubs are matched to your swing. Ping's Ballnamic Fitting helps you find the golf ball that performs best for you. Hagen Oaks Putter Fitting Studio dials in your stroke, and FootJoy's 3D foot scanner finds correct shoe size for your feet. It's a smarter way to play better golf. Total Game Fitting at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Business 80.
Your Toyota's been through a lot with you. Traffic, rain, potholes, you name it. But it keeps showing up mile after mile. So maybe it's time to give a little back. For a limited time at your local Toyota dealer, get 3 new tires and get the 4th for $1. Because a ride that's always there for you deserves to be taken care of. 3 tires, get the 4th for $1? Go on. Treat your Toyota. Deal ends April 30th. Keep your Toyota a Toyota. Restrictions apply. Toyota and Scion vehicles only. See participating Toyota dealers for details.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Sacramento! Now you've got a place for all things dance.
The all-new Energy 100.5 HD2.
Where dance music lives. Dance vibes anytime and any place when you get the free Now 100.5 app.
Or listen at 100.5 HD2.
Protect what matters most, your home or business, with A1 rodent proofing and pest control. That mouse in your kitchen, it's never just one. Rodents can destroy insulation, chew wires, and cause thousands in damage. Don't wait for an emergency. Call for a free inspection. A1 offers poison-free solutions, eco-friendly sanitizing, and a pest-free guarantee. Available 24/7 serving the Bay Area. Call 925-503-7271 or visit a1rodentproofing.com. Get peace of mind and keep pests out for good.
It's Friday afternoon, which means it's time to get crazy. It's Kyle's Curveball on Matt and Kayla.
Oh yeah, voice guy, now we're gonna get crazy? You're a segment late, pal. This whole hour might as well be Kyle's Curveball. But you know what? I got him. I beat him. All thanks to my Minnesota Twins. Hey, man.
I liked those unis last night.
I know when to pick them. Listen, picking the Phillies to win beat the Nationals, stupid. Why would you expect that? Picking the Cardinals or the Mets to beat the Cardinals, why would they do that? That's dumb. Picking the Mariners to beat the Yankees, dumb.
Stupid.
I just need to pick the Twins all along.
Yep. Them
well,
Twins.
In fairness, my catcher slept through his alarm.
That's true. If your catcher overslept, if your catcher had played, he probably wouldn't
didn't put you in a good spot.
If I lose this stinking trophy with a 2-game lead because my freaking catcher fell asleep and didn't wake up to his alarm, I'm going to be so sad.
The reigning, defending baseball champion of the world, Matt George, is back in.
He's now back on a...
on the high horse.
I wanted so badly to just take the trophy from you today and just be like, hey, still got a game to go, but it's mine.
I've got 2 games.
I get it for the week.
Well, if I had won yesterday, it wouldn't have mattered.
Nope, I get it for the week. Seasons ain't over until it's over.
I'm counting on myself.
Well, I believe
that's healthy. Good for you, Kayla. Everyone say, yay, Kayla.
Yay!
By the way, Kayla, if you still want the Padres, it's 5-2 in the 8th inning.
Nope. I'll choose them tomorrow.
So,
because I have to.
The Twins won 5-1 yesterday. Those 4 runs may end up being important for me because my run differential has been stinky this week. So I am 1-3 on the week. Kyle is now 3-1, right?
No, I'm 2-2.
2-2 this week.
Oh, that's right. You lost.
We all lost Monday.
Yes, you're 2-2. I'm 1-3. Kayla is 0-3, but she has one more game to play because she didn't have a team play yesterday.
Right.
So, Friday will be the decider for Kyle and myself. If Kyle wins one more game, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kayla, you and I can bond in our hope that the A's will win tonight. We need the A's to win.
Okay.
If the A's lose tonight, then Kyle is the champion.
Let's go. Bang, bang, bang on those trash cans. Let's go, Astros.
Go A's.
So
I'm not too worried. If last year was any indication, it was 18-3 on opening day.
Leave us alone. We tried. All right, that was the Cubs, not the cheaters.
Yeah. So sorry. The team that beat. The team that also won the World Series.
Oh yeah,
they didn't beat the Cubs, but you know.
So Kyle has the A's, or excuse me, the Astros over the A's tonight. I am forced, because they're my last team, to pick the Pirates, one of my other favorite teams. The Pirates, where did my schedule go? I'm so underprepared. The Pirates take on the Baltimore Orioles. In fact, that game is just
they're
about to
playing
start.
right now. Yeah.
It's just about to begin, or it's very early in the game. Hold on, let me check. End of the first inning.
Yeah.
Okay,
Tweet, baby. Let's go.
Nope. Boo. We want the Pirates to win. So Pirates. Why is my computer making noise?
See, now this segment, I am not taking off the rails,
No,
folks.
this is me. This is definitely me. So
Definitely
Pirates,
Matt.
Pirates versus Orioles for me tonight, and you have no choice but to
Yeah,
take
I'm like
the Milwaukee Brewers.
I had hands tied behind my back. I don't have any say in this.
Well, it be what it be. It be what it be. So you have the Brewers today versus the who? Who are the Brewers playing? I didn't write it down.
No clue.
Kayla's locked in.
As you can say, I've given up on this week as well.
We're in the first full week of the game.
They play Kansas City and the catcher that fell asleep.
Great. So now they're going to have this big comeback because now the catcher feels sorry for, doing this. And
he ruined their morale. He ruined their morale. They're all screwed up over there.
Let's go, Pat Murphy and Brewers.
Bro, if the Kansas City Royals cost me twice this week, I will never pick them again.
Go Brewers. I'm rooting for you.
Okay, good.
I'm rooting for you, Kayla.
And
then, Kayla, you will have a game on Saturday because you didn't have a game yesterday.
And I have to go with the Padres.
And you have to go with you chose the Padres. I remember out of spite. And now you're
and
relying.
look who's laughing now.
And now you're relying
Karma's
upon them.
You know what.
Now you have Nick Pivetta to lean on, like me.
Oh, that's right. Good point, Ramsey in the chat. I forgot about this, and this is very true. Matt has the Pirates with the Major League Baseball debut of shortstop Connor Griffin.
The teenager.
Let's go.
I'm actually very excited about him.
No, it's cool.
Teenage
very cool.
shortstop.
Thanks for reminding of that, Ramsey.
Go Connor Griffin.
That's cool.
I was a teenage shortstop.
Baby.
Cool.
By the way, the Pirates jerseys are really clean.
Yeah.
Really
PNC
clean.
Park is gorgeous. Everything except for the baseball team is great
I
with
know.
the Pirates. That's kind of how it's always been.
Yep.
And then you have San Diego at Boston. So you have the
Great.
Padres at the Red
Boston
Sox.
did not start off hot, though.
No.
The Red Sox started off kind of, oof.
But the Red Sox are currently beating the Padres
Yep.
right now in their home opener this evening.
Dang it, the Orioles just blew a challenge in the second inning. Jesus.
Oh, no. So my overall record is 3-4. Kyle's overall record also 3-4.
Great.
Kayla, you are 1-5. Again, you've played one less game,
Pathetic.
though. You've played one less game. It's early. Don't worry about it.
I need to go.
You could say Kayla is the Sacramento Athletics
I
of
need
our
to
game.
go feel some pain.
I'm worried about you.
Get
It's
me
time
in
for
the
Kyle.
gym.
It's time for Kyle's curveball. As if the show could go off the rails anymore. Kyle, what you got for us?
I mean, in a weird way, I'm bringing the show back on the rails today.
Oh, perfect.
For the first time in Kyle's curveball history, we are going to bring back one of our classics, our favorites.
We have a classic.
Is it Traders?
It's not Traders this week, although we are going to do that again at some point.
Okay.
We're going to play Guess Who.
Oh, yeah. Remember
Yeah.
Guess Who?
So I'm going to put
this one was
images of
fun.
famous people
Oh,
up
this
on the
is fun.
screens.
Oh, sorry.
And you guys are going to
Bye,
guess
YouTube chat.
who
I
it
gotta
is.
close you.
Bye,
by the way, Matt, you're going to have to
Did
like...
you say bye love to the YouTube chat?
No.
Bye, Mom.
No, I did not. I said bye, and I stopped. Sorry.
That's
what I call my son.
By the way,
That's
Matt,
awesome.
see that back computer right behind you? Can you just minimize that tab real quick? Because it's also going to pop up there, and Kayla's going to cheat.
That's right. Told you when I have Monopoly money.
Just don't click X, just minus it.
Can't minus it. It won't let me.
Put that pillow over it.
Don't worry, I can come do it too if it helps.
No, I pressed the minimize button. I'm not dumb.
Oh, that made it easier for me to see. Okay.
That
There we
works
go.
too. For those who are watching, Matt just turned the entire computer around. That's our
Okay.
YouTube monitor. So anyways.
Nicolas Cage is covering him.
Oh, let me close my laptop so I'm not accused.
Yeah.
Jacques.
Yeah, so we're gonna put up the names of famous people, and you guys are gonna ask yes or no questions. If you want to play along at home, feel free. If you're on YouTube, you can see who it is that we're talking about.
Nice.
So you can ask yes or no questions to try and figure out who it is that we're talking about. So the first person is up on the screen.
You want to go first?
Yeah. Is it a man?
Yes.
Is it cuts the field in half or more, depending upon. Is it a athlete?
Yes.
Okay, so we're in sports.
Does he have hair?
Yes.
Question mark?
In their sport, their hair is mostly covered.
Yeah, okay, he's a baseball player.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was going to ask.
Cool.
Is it a baseball player?
See, I helped.
Okay. Is this player in the American League?
Yes.
Okay.
Why is that a question? A question mark? You said yes with a question mark.
Because technically you never had established what sport it was, but
Baseball.
good job. Yeah.
Okay. Is this player sporting any color of green?
Depends who you ask, yes.
Any shade of green. Any color of
Sorry, shade. Sorry.
Yeah, it depends. Many would debate it, but I'd say yes.
Many would debate it.
Yeah, it's interesting because is it teal?
Again, people would debate it, but I would say yes.
Green, teal, in the American League.
I know. That's what I was thinking. Guess a city.
But the green is throwing me off. The
I know.
green teal is throwing. Well,
So some might say it's blue.
okay.
Oh.
Is this a Kansas City Royal?
No.
Is this team based in Seattle?
Yes.
Is it Cal Raleigh?
It is not.
Okay.
Is this player an American?
No.
Is it Julio Rodriguez?
Yeah.
Yes! My boy! Julio.
Well done. Well done.
Love it.
That's not even close to green.
And there's two types. So there's a teal, like literally
The baby blue.
There's the old blue, right? The blue
Right.
throwback jerseys, but it's technically teal, which
Yeah.
is technically green.
It's like aquamarine, you know?
Shade of green.
Okay.
All right, I am adding
It's not
the
bad. We
image
didn't do
of
bad.
our next person up on the screen so that people can now see. So go ahead if you have any guesses. Our next person is up on the screen. Or yes or no question.
Is this person a musician?
No.
Is this person an athlete?
No.
Is this person an actor?
Yes.
Actor.
Mm-hmm. Is this person a female?
No.
Okay. Is this person in a movie that we've referenced a lot on this show?
Sorry, I forgot my computer was open back there, so Mac totally could have cheated.
I couldn't see it.
yeah.
Whitey's head is in the way. Hi, Whitey.
Sorry, ask your question again.
Is he this actor in a movie that we've referenced repeatedly or at least multiple times on this show?
Not to my knowledge, but I'm not a big movie person.
Okay, so Lord of the Rings is out.
I mean, I don't know the cast of Lord of the Rings, but I don't
dare
think
you.
so. I don't think so.
Is this a actor over 40?
I think so. Not 100%. It's in that age range.
This takes out Leo.
That's who you're going with? For some reason, I was thinking Will Smith, but Will Smith is older than 40.
Oh, yeah.
This person is 45.
Okay.
45. Are they in any prevalent sports movies?
Yes.
Ooh, that's good.
But younger.
Is that a question?
No, I'm conversing with my...
Is this actor a avid sports fan?
Unclear. I don't think so.
Okay.
Is the sports movie a baseball movie?
No.
Is it a football movie?
Yes.
Okay, so think of the biggest football movies. Oh, is it Mark Wahlberg?
No.
Oh.
Is it Michael B. Jordan?
No.
He's not.
Wait, what football movie?
Friday Night Lights.
Oh, is he?
Well, the series. I guess it
that's
was a
TV
series.
show. Adam Sandler isn't in his...
He's old.
He's older than the 45.
That's just
I'm
hard.
trying to think of football movies.
That are
I mean, there's
recent.
Draft
Like,
Day.
more recent.
There's...
Well, the person is 45. They could have a long acting career.
They're a kid. What are the football movies? What are good football movies?
does this person, is this person, this actor, hot right now in the acting scene?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought you were just going to stop it hot.
No.
Yes to both questions.
I'm a pro.
I'll say he's hot.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson's older
He's
than 45.
older, yeah.
But he was in the not the Pacifier.
I'm like, who is
Tooth
this?
Fairy. That was a football movie.
It is?
Yeah, he plays a football player.
No.
Oh, okay. I've never seen it. That's very shocking.
Because Timothy Chalamet hasn't been in any sports movies.
Well, he's ping pong guy.
Yeah. This is hard.
He's a huge athlete or huge actor currently.
Yeah.
It's only yes or no questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Is he in, other than the football movie, is he in any, like, major film franchises? Like, when I say franchises, like Marvel or
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park or, like, franchises like that?
Not that big. He is in some movie franchises, but none of the top 5 or 10 that you would think of.
Man. Is he known for being a comedian actor at all?
Yes.
Is Kevin Hart in a football movie?
He's over 45.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
I will say, a little misleading, he does both, but he is known for comedy roles.
I am like...
Okay, so it's a funny football movie.
I'm like... What's the word I'm looking for?
I think that we're running out of time. I think the football movie thing might be leading you guys in the wrong direction.
Okay.
You said he was in a... But we should know based off actors.
Just think comedy right now that's hot.
Is he a former wrestler?
No.
Okay.
I'm so bad at movies.
He is
right
very hot right now.
It's not
like,
Jacob Elordi.
Elordi? It is not Jacob Elordi.
I know. I mean...
Like A-list actor.
Ryan Gosling?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What was the football movie?
Because he's a liability in Remember the Titans.
Oh, gosh.
Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
He's the white corner who gets benched.
Okay. Ryan Gosling. He's 45?
He is 45.
Sublime.
And he is...
Yeah.
Again, Barbie is not a film franchise, but he's in Barbie.
Yeah.
He's in Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Well, Blade Runner is a franchise, but not a very big franchise.
I wish I would have known. Does he look like a famous football player?
Yes, he looks... Well,
Jared Goff.
He used to look like Jared Goff. He doesn't look like Jared Goff.
I never would have guessed that. I had no
I
idea.
would have.
We'll take the break. When we come back, Whitey Gleason and Alan Stiles join us to wrap up our week and kick off their final show of the week. Thank you for enjoying this wacky Friday with us. We appreciate you, and we're looking forward to chatting with Alan and Whitey next on Sactown Sports.
Tonight, Kings and Pelicans. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner.
Starts at 5:30 with tip-off at 7. Listen to your Sacramento Kings.
On the official home of Kings basketball, Sactown Sports 1140.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-0000. That's 800-791-0000.
Spring brings brighter days and more time to show off your Cole styles. School drop-off, a chance for your outfit to shine in the morning rays. The sun filtering through your windows, practically a personal spotlight. And family walks, all perfectly timed for golden hour. Shop Kohl's for 15% off and make the most of more daylight. Your outfits deserve it. Select styles, offer ends April 4th. Some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
What is it, boy? Someone need help? Someone in trouble? Oh, okay. So you just want me to get Progressive Auto Insurance because their collision coverage covers up to $1,000 in vet bills if you're injured in an accident? That's it? Okay, calm down. Let's not resort to name calling.
Progressive's collision coverage helps pay for care for your pet when they're in the car during an accident.
No, you're right. Sorry, I shouldn't have said calm down.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage included with purchase of collision coverage and subject to policy terms.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100.
Maida Subaru says yes to big savings on the new Subaru you want. Yes to outstanding lease offers and financing as low as 0% on select models. Visit MaidaSubaru.com. Click the Maida Says Yes button to unlock your savings today.
Bring ready credit.
Sacramento. Now you've got a place for all things dance.
The all-new Energy 100.5 HD2.
Where dance music lives. Dance vibes anytime and any place when you get the free Now 100.5 app.
Or listen at 100.5 HD2.
There are many reasons to choose Gonzalez Law Offices as a dedicated trial lawyer with an undefeated record from 2016 through 2019, and you'll know that no case is too big or too small. Due to his success, hard work, and commitment to excellence, attorney Jonathan Gonzalez has been listed in Super Lawyers Rising Stars, as well as in the top 40 under 40 list by national trial lawyers. You can find Gonzalez Law Office online at ZachLegalDefense.com or call him at 916-304-9187.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
My Pittsburgh Pirates up 3-0 on Baltimore. That's what I love to see. And the kid, Connor Griffin with the hit. His first career hit.
That's so cool.
Love
in
that.
his debut.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Remember that feeling, Alan? Just smoking a line drive.
Oh, yeah.
Running the bases, scoring the teammates that you loved.
Mm-hmm.
Your favorite teammates. Who was your favorite teammate?
Too many to pick
Oh,
one.
so okay. You just loved the whole crew.
I know who it wasn't.
Oh.
Who?
Your guy, your left fielder guy.
Who are you talking about?
The guy who made it to the minors?
No, the guy that
the third baseman?
You said he threw the ball in too slow and then he
No, that was the third baseman.
Oh,
no, that's my guy. We're
Oh, you're good now.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we're always good.
All right.
What position were you again?
Outfield.
No,
we went through that, and then I was at his parents' house for Thanksgiving.
Oh,
that's just how
look at Alan.
Were you a utility outfielder or like center?
No, no. I mean, I guess yes.
Center.
Yeah, I played multiple.
But
you're a utility outfielder. You're
I've just never heard that term.
You're versatile.
Yes.
He was a center fielder until they told him that he was a left fielder.
Well, because a lot of people like right or left field. It's not, of course, the same thing, but it's more interchangeable. Versus if you're a center fielder, typically you stay in center field
until you don't.
Exactly.
You all
until
get
they're
that
like,
call,
move to right.
Trout got the call. I got the call.
Yeah,
we
I
all got
hated
the
right
call.
field.
Yeah.
You all get the call.
Mm-hmm.
I saw some ice cold meme. It was ice cold hitters, and it was hitters who hadn't hit. Well, I know Julio was on that list. Cal Raleigh was on that list. Then I saw another list. It was players that hadn't hit a home run
I come in here
yet.
and I pay him a compliment
What
about
was the
his
compliment?
gigantes.
Oh, that's right.
Don't just zone out when I say nice things, which is not very often.
Is that a compliment if you say something? Kayla said, "Hey, how about that win for your Gigantes?"
I said it was a good.
I think it's nice that you are engaging her in a topic that you know she likes to talk about.
Right.
Mariners baseball.
No, not if it's going to dig a hole that's already deep in my heart right now.
But is that a compliment talking about somebody's team? Right. If I'm gonna compliment is talking about you. If I say, "Hey, Matt,"
okay, Matt, this is your time
your A's look
to
good
do
right
what
now.
you said you do and stand up for your team.
No. I'm asking. If I say, "Hey, Matt, your A's look good this year."
Side note:
do you take that as a compliment to you?
Why wouldn't you?
No, it's not a compliment to me, but you're engaging me in something that I care about, which I appreciate. You're meeting
But
me
that's not a
halfway.
compliment.
But you're on your own. You wanted to hurt me on the Tower Bridge
I
today.
didn't.
She said she wanted to.
No, I
She
didn't.
wanted to hurt me on the Tower Bridge.
Because he challenged the duel. What am I gonna back down?
I didn't challenge the
You
duel.
created the duel.
Suggested the duel.
The chat challenged the duel.
So
duel?
Look at her deflecting.
She's taking her nephews to the Kings game tonight.
Okay.
I'm going to the A's game.
That's right.
But she said she wants the Kings to win because she's taking her nephews to the game, and I said no, I don't want.
I said competitive game.
I don't want them.
No, those are two different things. Right? Did you say win or not?
See the beam.
Well, she said I kind of want them to win, and I
although
said
he said we can't see it in the stadium.
You can from outside the Golden One Center.
Outside of it.
But so I said no, we don't want them to win. She said, well then. Then you don't get to win at the A's game tonight. And I went, hey.
Right.
And then she threatened
and then
to
a
attack me on
YouTuber
the
said,
Tower
get
Bridge.
him on both sides of the bridge, and that brought up duel to me, and then like the old cowboy showdown.
And then she challenged me to a Wild West shootout on the Tower Bridge. Is essentially what happened.
And I said I would win.
I was thinking more Renaissance.
Have your nephews ever seen the beam?
Yeah. They're from here. Yeah.
But
so
Kayla hasn't.
But I have not.
Kayla's never seen it.
There's always next year.
I would
That's
like
what I said.
to, yeah.
I'll show it to you next year.
But I know that it comes at a cost. And
AJ DeBonce's lighting it.
And I'd like us to cover a good team moving forward. And part of that is drafting as high as you can draft.
Yeah, you might as well win the game. They're already. They don't care. They're probably going to win tonight, honestly. They're probably going to win tonight. DeMar's going to play 40, score 40. Pass, who is it? Oscar Robertson.
Oscar Robertson's next. I just saw something, and I forget who wrote it. Or maybe I didn't even notice who wrote it. Somebody was saying, wow, Amari Stoudemire's a Hall of Famer now. That opens the door to a lot of other marginal guys like DeMar DeRozan.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Come on.
Yeah. Well, it is. Basketball is
it's the easiest one to get.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
If you make 7 free throws and row in your driveway, you're a serious candidate for the Basketball Hall of Fame.
You might get in.
You might.
Yeah.
Again, I'm the one at this station that got in trouble, and these are the topics that are being.
Hey, I
hashed.
I
around.
showed
I know.
up.
Remember when I had your back?
Hey, I changed the subject. You're welcome. Inner show
Don't look at
fighting.
me.
We always look at Alan.
You know this guy.
What can we pin on Alan?
See this guy? The A's are actually back in Sacramento, and suddenly his big Amish shirt is gone.
Oh,
I know, but he's got a
fake fan.
He's wearing an awesome.
The San Francisco Seals.
Yeah, I already wore my
cool.
I wore it when it was opening day for the A's.
Would you like me to get you some gear for your favorite team tonight at the?
Yeah.
Get you a Sacramento A's shirt. Would you like that?
I might get a Sacramento A's shirt at some point. You know,
is that,
just
is
a
Oh,
that
memento.
the old, like the Coast League Seals?
It's the Coast League. Yeah,
Okay, my
definitely.
grandfather.
You told me
pitched,
that.
Really?
2 or 3 games for him. Yeah.
You told me that.
That's cool. I wouldn't mind if that was their, like.
Well, that's
name.
why there's Lucille.
Yeah,
No, it's cool.
You know, see,
Lucille's?
Some people don't get the connection.
Is that what they do?
Do you know who Lucille is?
Ball?
That was a really good joke.
Lucille,
the mascot,
is the mascot of the Giants.
Yes. I thought you meant like the character, like the real life actor or actress.
Like Lucille Ball, who's from the 1950s.
I thought you
That's
meant
when that is.
the barbecue joint where
Yeah.
you're gonna get some food.
Well, that's yeah.
I
This
like
is
the
where
shirt. It's a nice shirt.
It connects
Lucille
from.
Ball. Or Lucille the Seal. Excuse me.
Lucille.
Seal.
Lucille.
Lucille.
Okay.
That's right.
Well, our Friday show was really good, and then the
yeah.
final hour
Then it
started,
derailed.
and it's
Derailed.
we cannot win whatever award we could potentially win for a radio show.
Nice.
We
But
tried.
what about what's the Friday edition of the Drive Guys got for us before Easter?
We have Jerry Reynolds joining us today. We
Yeah.
also
Nice.
have, in honor of Daniel Susak's big night, the play-by-play voice of one of his former teams, the Lincoln Potters.
Oh.
The
Cool.
Phantom will be joining us.
Oh,
What a
Phantom's
night
with
for
you.
him, by the way.
Very
Yeah.
neat. Very neat.
Did you
That's
see his
exciting.
son?
It was his nephew. But
Oh, that was his nephew. Oh, that's why the brother. Okay. Thanks.
Lucille.
Anything to add,
Lucille.
Alan, of what's coming on the show? Anything
No,
you bringing?
I'm saving.
He's too
saving the
cool
good
for
stuff.
school.
We're going to start off with a bang, big
Oh.
bang, because Alan says the Giants are a top 3 brand in baseball, and Jay and I don't think we're on board
Oh,
with
that's
that.
interesting.
Not close.
I don't
Ooh,
think
that's
we're on board with
interesting.
And
that.
it ain't close.
So there are 3, though, in your mind.
There's
Ooh.
2, and then you can argue the 3.
So it's Yankees,
Yankees,
Dodgers,
Dodgers,
and then
Let's
the
argue.
3.
Giants.
Cubs.
Let's argue. Yeah.
Cubbies.
It could be Cubs. It could be Red Sox. It could be Giants.
Wow, imagine thinking the Red Sox over the Giants.
But the Giants don't have as many World Series as
I'd say the
most of those
Cubbies.
teams.
Doesn't matter.
I'd say
Not
the
in
Cubbies.
my opinion. Yesterday, all you saw was Giants. Giants. Then you add Tony Vitello to
It's
the mix.
4 teams played.
It's the most
Then you bring
polarizing
Tony to the
team.
mix. What? Because he's good looking.
What are you saying? He's hot?
I love throwing.
You saying he's hot, Alan? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Talk about that on Locked On Giants. How attractive is your manager?
Yeah. Well, I'll leave that to Kyle. I'll leave that to Kyle.
The Drive guys are coming up next. Kayla and I need